I was gonna say, get my cock out.
Wow. Wow.
You're a bad influence, Gary.
You're going to get that out. Okay, so now why am I streaming nothing? There we go. All right, so that looks good. I'm a bad
Fucking
influence.
tabletop stimulator.
How's that at your streaming?
We're going to try this out and see what happens here anyways. Change color.
Gotcha.
I'm black.
That explains why we're echoing the way we are.
Yeah, well, I don't know why you're echoing, to tell you the truth. I got most of the settings shut off the way that they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And you're not, hopefully you're not echoing at my end. One of you guys is going to have to go log on to the Twitch stream and check it out and see. And oddly enough, I cannot see through this thing for some reason. Not like I used to be able to see through it. Which is really weird. It's almost like it's become less transparent. Here we go. Alfheim. Oh, wait a second. We got to go to objects, saved objects. I got to do a couple of things here, man. I got to add some stuff to the table here. We need that one.
That's the part. That's the part where Thaddeus becomes an archmage.
Yeah, don't know really what you're talking about there. So let's clear this table out.
Hey, Gary.
Yes, dear.
A lot of your games, I know we do a lot of humor and whatnot. Have you ever done something like really dark, serious, like Call of Cthulhu or something where it's very gritty?
I've played in games like that before, but me personally, that's not my style.
Yeah.
I don't like that emotional stuff. I'm a 40-year-old white dude, man. You know what I mean? I come from a generation where we don't cry on other dudes' shoulders, kind of a thing. If that makes any sense. Not that
Dude, we're almost 50.
Right? Like,
I'm not too sure I could play the game if I couldn't drop dick and fart jokes.
Library basement, I'm going to put right there. And then this.
I don't mind. I like some gripping games, but
I bet you
also
do.
like some humorous ones.
I bet you do, you weirdo.
Hey, man. It is what it is.
You are what you are, Daryl. Daryl! All right, PDF Exchange Editor is up. File. Here we go, boys. The Scroll Thiefages. It's just the two of us. The rest of our party has bailed. They're like, F this place, it's bullshizzle, and I'm out of here. See, what is something's up with this one? Why is that so high? I don't understand what is happening right now. Hidden? No.
And we have a Charles in charge.
Oh, is he here?
Oh, fuck yeah. Now it's a party.
All right. Well, you know what? I could probably fix the echo just by killing the background audio stuff. So let's kick this guy out of the game because we don't need him to be super annoying.
That fixed it.
Right. Menu we'll turn off Sirenscape. And if you guys still have echo, I'm gonna lose my mind. Right click Task Manager.
It'll give me time to update tabletop.
What? Oh, you suck. Who invited you to this party?
No one. I put myself on the sheet.
There.
In all honesty, Gary forgot about you anyways.
I was like, yeah, what's going on here? Who
knows?
Who do we got in town? Brudnir, Lil Wayne, that punk ass bitch. Darren, Thazit.
It's Darren.
Darren. All right, so we're going to start this one off with Brudnir because he's still uploading, or whatever whatever you want to call it. The last adventure, you guys ended up getting. What was his name again? That jerk started with an S. Why can't I remember his name? This is.
Hold on.
What? We can't hold on. We're streaming.
No, Spurnick.
Spurnick, that's the guy's name.
And it defeated Shavik.
Shabbat.
Yeah, Skavik, he was the Scale Lord, undead druid guy, the druid leader. You got the scale, and you come back to town, and on your way into town, you met Knight Elide Burl. She was waiting for you as you came in. She was doing some business, as they do, the daily hangings of the peoples, etc., the criminals of New Haven. And she stopped you and asked you to look into some thefts that were happening in town. She's a little preoccupied, doesn't have the time to do it. So she's tasked you guys with looking into the situation. Apparently, some of the people around town have had some mysterious breaking and enterings. Oops, squeak. And she's asked you guys to look into them. Now, you're just getting back fresh off the road from your trip out to the Dragonspine Mountains, wherein you had to fight Spurnick and his kobolds in the Druidic Temple. And Skavik, the Scalebinder, I believe was his name. And you still have not actually delivered the who's picking their nose and smashing their keyboard. Is that you, Corey?
Yes, it is.
Man, you're gonna have to get a little better on that mic muting thing there, Mister. Oh, I see
Yes,
Daryl.
I am.
Daryl just muted his mic.
Actually, I'm Mac, which using my mouse, which is not making any noise,
No.
but I am being polite.
It is all 100% Corey.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, his microphone's built into his laptop, so anytime he pokes a key, it really echoes through the deal. All right, so we're in the town of New Haven. You guys just rolled in. The Knight Elide last time had tasked you with looking into these thefts, these mysterious thefts. She told you that you need to head over to Lauren Latte because once again they've had some of their stuff stolen. You're supposed to go there and look for one of the scribes whose name is Kasra Brandywine. She's the one that's been approaching Knight Elide and sort of, I wouldn't say harassing, but she keeps coming back and bringing it up to her. Like, hey, you need to look into this kind of thing. And Elide Burl just hasn't had time to do it. So before we get into doing that, let's go take a peek at the swamp, the lumber mill. We're gonna go to we're gonna take care of some of this business in organic. Oh, Charles has connected, so that's good. I'm gonna break out my Adventurer League deal. So Matt, Stark, and Charles built, so you have 10 of 30. So I'm going to say another week has passed. That puts you at let's just make it an even 20 of 30. So the lumber mill's almost up and running. It's almost 100%. Let's shoot over to the lumber mill and see. Where's the lumber mill here?
Downtown.
Brudner's Lumber Mill. We got Darren's treehouse up in the top over here. This is now. Have you guys made arrangements so that Darren can live up in this treehouse now? That
Well, I need a shop to run my
your Fletcher's
unless I could run a shop in there. Yeah, I don't know if he's willing to do that, or maybe I can go into town, look up a shop.
Am I the only one getting a really bad echo?
Yeah, I'm getting it too.
Let's see. Let me turn these off and let me turn this off. How's that? Check for echo. Testing 789.
I don't know how to do
Echo,
Bueller?
echo, echo.
Bueller? Anybody? Bueller?
Sounds better.
Yeah.
Yeah, one echo.
Okay. Fantastic. Oh, maybe I know. I'm pretty sure I need to pump that channel out. Discord can be such a pain in the anus. Pain in the membrane. Brednir, you got another 10 days left. You're going to roll me a D10, I believe, to see how much coin your lumber mill is going to cost you to repair this week or keep up for maintenance. And don't forget, you got an employee to pay, so you're going to have to let's see what happens here.
Let's see. Oh, it's a big 3.
Wow. Okay, so another 30 coins, and you're going to have to pay. How much were you paying your employee that's doing this in the repair crew? Well, the 30 golds. He's an intern. Wow. Okay, I'm not 100% sure about that, but
I don't remember. I think I was wrong.
okay.
I honestly don't remember.
All right. Well, let's just say that he's a solid 5 coins a day. So take off another 35 coins from your pile to pay for him, and you and Darren can work out a deal to live in the treehouse if you want.
It's gonna cost 5 coins a day.
5 coins a day. Can I just buy it outright?
Sure, 5 coins a day times your life.
Oh man.
I'm gonna see you in town if I can buy a building, or at least look into
All right.
getting one.
So you're like, fuck this guy, he's a prick, and I'm out of here?
No, well, 5 forever. I'd rather not lease. I'd rather own.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was rent to own.
Rent to own the rest of my life. Mortgage till you drop, which could be tomorrow. You never know.
Okay, so you guys aren't coming to any kind of a deal. I'm going to get somebody to stop smashing their keyboard, and I'm going to have Brad, you're going to roll me another D10. Let's see if you made any money in your lumber mill this week.
Oh. That's a big 2.
Wow. Okay, so your lumber mill, the processings from your lumber mill net you a solid 20 coin for the week at an expense of 30 coin. There's another 10 days left on building this lumber mill to get it completely up and running, and then there'll be no. There'll only be expenses if you fail like a roll or something like that. If you don't pass the table, which actually I should change this down to something a little more reasonable. Excuse me. Okay, so that's going to be it for the lumber mill. Let's head back to the town. Smash it.
I'm gonna either look to maybe getting an existing building or permission to get one built.
Okay, well,
Small, 2-story maybe, or one with a finished basement.
sure.
Whatever.
You can roll down to this whatchamacallit there and talk to Mayor McCready and see what he has to say. Or
Okay.
no, Mayor
Well-
Chumchek. That's who it is. We
All right.
renamed the mayor.
All right. Well, I'll do that.
Okay, so that's what you're going to do for your little bit here. Let's get into this bad boy. I'm going to flip my my timer die here.
Do we get a bit of a bonus because we've been helping out the town?
So you're going to
Got a
get
bit of a
payment.
reputation.
Maybe I might make it an easy roll. It just depends.
Call it.
We'll see how it pans out. So we're going to start over here with. I guess Charles is the first one. So we kind of already did Charles. Let's move over to Thazit. Charles is Brudnier's gone back off into the lumber mill. He's taking
Wait,
care
you
of some
skipped my turn
business.
again? I see how it is.
I gave you the first turn because. Wow. How do I mute somebody here? That's
You
gonna,
right click on their name.
That's going to put me to Thazit the Stairmaster. So you come back into town. Now, did you guys have received your payments and done all of that? I don't remember what my payment was. I think I'm going to give you 50 coin or 100 coin to split. Oh, wait a second. Man, this is what happens when you don't play for 2 weeks, right? I believe
Well, it was supposed to have been 100 coin for every book recovered.
Yeah,
And then
and
50
you got
coin from the Red Plume for returning Spurnick, and then 10 coin from Cockburn for returning Spurnick.
all right, fantastic. At least somebody's keeping notes. So you're going to get 50,
How much?
50 coin, 100 coin, and how much?
10.
And 10. So 160.
Split 3 ways?
Nope. There was more of you on that adventure. You still have to split it between Emma and Wayne.
So 165, 508.
It's about 30, 31, 32 coin a piece that you can add onto your sheets.
Decent.
So while Brudner goes off to check his lumber mill, what is it that you're going to be doing over the course of the next couple hours, Thazit?
Thad's just doing what he always does. He's at the Lores and Latte. He's doing his own scribing of the adventures we were just on. So you can add to the library.
Okay. I'm going to drop you down in front of Lauren Latte down there. And give me a... never mind. I don't need a roll for that. You're just writing stuff down, hanging out, doing your business. That's cool.
Good.
Little Wayne's going to disappear into the pub. He's cruising off into the Ruby Arrow, along with I don't have Emma's character, so that leaves Darren. We're going to go over to you. You're going to come down and talk to Mayor McCready.
Yep. That was Chump Check.
Mayor Chumpcheck. So you go knocking on his door, and he comes out. He just happens to be walking out. He's got some appropriate business in town. He's in a bit of a rush, and as you sort of walk up to the door, Chumpcheck walks out. He's like, "Hey, hello there. Your name's Darren, isn't it? Heard some
That's
rumors
right,
about
sir.
you. Right. What can I do for you, Darren? What?
Well, sorry to bother you, sir, but I got a business adventure, a proposition. I'd like to get a building or have one built to open up a shop.
Oh, I see. Well, luckily for you, we're expanding. You know, we like to have new entrepreneurs come to town, all that kind of stuff. And then you hear somebody yell from down the street, "Don't give that guy shit. That guy's an asshole. He's a vandal. He wrote stuff on my building. Screw him." And Chumpcheck looks at you and says, "Is this right? You didn't,
Some little kids.
you didn't vandalize.
Not
That's Tad
some
Ass
little
Slap.
kids did that.
Tad Staslap. He's been here forever."
He's right, but it wasn't me. It was some little kids.
Well, if Tad says it was you, I have a right mind to think that it might have been you. Tad, come over here. And Tad walks up the street with this scowl on his face, and he's like, "Yeah." He says, "I came outside. I went inside to drop off some apples, and then when I came back out, the sign it said cock slap, something on it. And he was standing right there with the paint on his fingertips and a dirty rag in his hand."
Oh, I know you did. But I said, it was some little kids.
So Tad, roll perception, or not perception. Give me a charisma roll.
Me?
Yes, you're trying to persuade, trying to do a thing. This is going to be charm, because Tad doesn't believe you. He thinks you did it.
Fuck it. It was almost a 20.
Yeah, so he just looks at you. Tad spits on the ground at your feet. He gives you some, the modern day equivalent of being fingered. He turns
That's
around.
okay. I just look at him and says, "You're entitled to your opinion, but I know the truth. I fought in the defense of this town on many occasions since I've been here without being asked."
He gets halfway down the street, and he points at you, and he goes, "Have you heard of the Sage of New Haven? All questions answered. He's like, I can go back there and talk to Delacray Gentle Blossom, and I can have her look back in time and see who wrote on that sign for just a mere 10 coin. So,
I don't think I wrote it on it, Gary. Did I?
yes, well, somebody who did it then, if it wasn't you. Somebody
Not
better.
sure. I think I altered it, but I doesn't mean that character actually did it. Anyways, be my guest.
Right.
Fuck
So,
my guest.
oh, so he goes. He disappears back to his shop. Theo's hanging
And he says,
outside.
and I look back to him and I say, "The mayor chump check," and he says, "I'm here to discuss business, not irate shopkeepers." And he says, "I'd like to open up a Boyer Fletcher and woodworking shop."
I understand. Chump Check says, we like to keep the working class around here on the up and up. We're kind of a little hesitant to, just let anybody move into town, as he gives you sort of a scowl as he looks up and down you, because now he doesn't believe you either. But money is money. So I tell you what, whereabouts were you thinking? Or he goes, let's see. So he says, I got some business to attend to right now, as of such. Why don't you come back in the next couple of days and give me a chance to look over the blueprints and see if I can't find you an empty building somewhere, and we'll get that shop up and running.
I look at him and I say, "Look, an empty building would be fine, or even have one built."
So you're looking for a parcel of land to build a building on, then?
Well, either or.
Okay.
Can't find a building that exists already, then if you're with your permission, I'd like to build one
Okay.
on a piece of land.
All right. So Chump Check writes this down in his little book, looks at you, with disbelief in his eyes a little bit. He's like, check back in a day or so, and I'll see what I can't find. I'll see if I can't find a lot or a building for you.
And if you'd like someone to vouch for me, you can check with the Church of the Kellenville. And Gary, I do have a favor with the Kellenvilites. They can vouch for my character.
Okay. Chump
Have
Check
a nice day, Mayor.
writes that down, and he wanders over to the Ruby Inn, where he disappears into that building there.
And that's where I'm actually going next.
Okay, you want to head off to the Kellenvilites and talk to what's his face outside the city church?
No, the Ruby. I'm going to do both, but first I'm going to head to the inn and see if I can hit on that waitress again. One day it's going to work.
Persistence.
Oh yeah.
All right, so let me pack up this map.
Done.
And let's bust out the Ruby Arrow. Hopefully everything loads on the Ruby Arrow. Recalling objects. All right, the Ruby Arrow is looking good. I should have actually dropped the rest of the characters in here. I see Thazit's in here doing some things, but he's actually not, so I'm going to hide him behind the door in the kitchen here. So he's Mayor McGreedy in town, and he's Chump Check outside of town. Let's change him to Chump Check here as well. He's over at the bar talking to Fat Mar, the bartender. Axel Schniffly is still here. That's Jen's character, getting some breakfast, looking around. So she's going to put them sitting over here at this table. Waitress Imazale Queef greets you at the door as you come in. Daryl, do you have an extra character kicking around on your table?
Oh, let me see.
Because I packed your guy up with
No,
the
I don't.
last one.
I have one extra one.
Don't throw him in there. Keep him on your him on your
There you
deal.
go.
So we're going to go
There we go. Done.
Control C. And we'll put you over by the door. Control V. F8 so that we can resize you. I'm not sure if everybody is one or if they're two in here, but they could be two. There. So you are greeted at the door by Imzel. She comes over. She sees you walking in. I don't know why Ball Sniffer's there. Whose dog is Ball Sniffer? Is that Charles' dog?
I sent him to get takeout.
Oh, look, I got a Darren in here. Fucking Darren. You sent him to get takeout. Here we go. For some reason, you're much smaller than she is, and I don't know why. But let's make you the same height at least. Imazale sees you coming in. She sort of scoffs a little bit, like she knows what she's in for, and she greets you at the door. She's like, "Seat, you can have a seat anywhere you like, love. Pull up a chair. What can I get for you? A little bit of ale, some grog, maybe some morning dingleberry."
Oh, we'll have a breakfast with an ale and a beautiful smile.
She spits on the ground a little bit. She's like, "Right." She gives you this this half-assed smile, and she wanders off and opens the kitchen door. She yells back in at the chef. She's the chef comes out. Have you look the chef?
No.
Here he is. The chef comes out, and he's got this AK-47. And look at him. He's like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "He's back. Can you make him the special?" And the chef looks at her. He's like, "Are you sure you want the special?" She's like, "Yes, love. Please make the special." Right. And then he just disappears back into the kitchen. One special coming up. As he disappears back into the kitchen, you hear like this repetitive, in modern day terms, it would sound like gunfire, but you don't know what it is. Just a bunch of banging going off. Bang, 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 bang. And a short squeal of something as the chef is chopping up some breakfast. Imazale walks around the place. She comes over, brings you her ale. Darren is sitting off at this table here, having a lovely little time. She drops your ale off. She's like, "You'll have the special. We'll be right up. Only a moment." And then she drops her drink on your table, and she's just waiting for you to say something to her.
Oh, well, this is, we just came back from a big adventure, and it was, well, it's nice to be back in security and safety and be looking at those pretty eyes of yours. Okay.
Is that the best you got, Daryl? I feel like you're trying to pick me up right now. What's going on here?
I don't know. I'm fucking still asleep.
It's 7:30 my time.
Look, Gary, later in this town, there's no place for people to go and eat except here.
I don't know. You tell me.
Maybe there's something. Chump Check has a bit of a jaded taste, and maybe there's a little expensive family-run, I don't know, Italian restaurant.
Sure.
And
sure there is.
I will look at her and I says, "Oh, I got reservations for you and me at Vivaldi's."
Okay. Vivaldi's it is.
To attend.
All right, make your charisma check, and let's see how well this goes.
Watch, fucking one. Oh, I give up. Never mind, it's all good.
Yeah. She looks at you and she's like, "I'm allergic to Italian food. Something about the pasta sauce makes me sick. Gives me the runs. Get the squirts, you know." Yes, it does. It does horrible things to my bowels. In fact, I usually have to take the day off work because I'm painting the walls. If you get my drift, can barely get it. Can barely get it in the bucket. And she's like, for a few minutes, she's just telling you how nasty and
I stop her halfway. Oh, I get it, love.
Right. Let me go check on the special. And so she wanders off to the kitchen. Knocks. She opens the sliding door here, and after a few minutes, she comes back out, hands you your breakfast. You eat it. She's like
Oh,
5
I
coins.
inspected first. I'm not eating anything.
She
I
drops
look
the.
at it, pick it apart.
All right, so it looks like a breakfast. There's some eggs there, and there's some kind of weird tube of you think it's sausage, but you're not 100% sure.
Mm. I'll leave it aside for a while,
Okay,
and I'll just thank her.
very well. All right, so you're gonna hang out in there doing your business,
Mm.
eating your breakfast. Let's head over to Brudnir. What's
I'll be right
Brudnir? Sure. Let me pack this up with Daryl in the Ruby Inn. What are you doing, Brudner?
What a question from last time.
Mm-hmm.
I have a King's Ransom gem, but I can't remember if we got it off the Lich or the other guy. But I don't have a price on it.
This is correct. Now that's one of the cards, right? That you have. I want to come over and take a peek at this thing.
No, it wasn't one of the cards. It was from the adventure.
Okay,
I
so
have
you've got
that one.
that might have
I
been
rolled that one, but there's another one.
a King's Ransom in gems.
He was gonna offer it to us.
Oh, yeah, that right. So that came from Spurnick, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you want to do with that?
Get it priced.
Sure. So you're going to head over to let's see, who in town would have a good idea as to what that thing might be worth? Possibly the seer lady. Let's build up New Haven and have a peek here. How's the echo? Has it gone away?
It's gone away on you, but I hear still from me and Daryl.
That's very weird. Very weird. Okay, so in the town, the Walmsleys might know because, the Walmsleys, they, being that they're upper class nobles, that kind of deal, they might have an idea. Doubtful you'll find anything at Lauren Locktay's Cockburn's Groceries, Hearts and Herbs. Lead Stopper is more of just a tinkerer, not the blacksmith thing. So I'm going to say either Wondercondoodle, or you're going to have to go back and talk to All Questions Answered, which is Delacray Gentle Blossom.
Well, I kind of need to go. I want to go check the blacksmith. So I guess I'll go to Wondercondoodle.
Okay. Brudnir heads down. You walk down the street right past Jack Blacksmith. He's hanging out, banging away on the forge, building some things as you come around the corner. He gives you a wink and a nod. His sweaty brow, his bandana's just sort of soaked in sweat and that black soot and metal shavings. He's got that charcoal-covered look to his body. He just sort of gives you a nod as you walk by.
I look around. I'm looking for any armor that I could upgrade with.
Okay. So Jack stops what he's doing, and he looks over and says, "Hey, dude, I see you're checking out my wares, man. What can I get for you?"
I was looking for new armor.
What's wrong with the old armor?
I get hit a lot through it.
Well, if you just want me to bang the dents out, I could totally do that, dude.
No, I'm looking for an upgrade.
You're looking for something a little better. Well, let's see. What do you got right now?
Let's see. I have this helmet. I'm pretty good with that. But the shoulder pieces, I can do something different.
Okay, so you're just looking for like an extra piece of armor, like a shoulder plate or something like that?
Yeah, but something a little bit better.
Okay, so you've got a +2 helmet. You've got common armor +1. Roll your D20. We're just going to say this is kind of like a luck thing to see what kind of a deal you're going to get here, or what's going to happen. Let's the fate of the dice decide.
It's a 17.
Oh wow. Okay, so he looks at you for a second, eyes your stuff up, breaks out his little measuring tools, and he's slipping it under little notches here and little curves there around your armor. He's like, "Yeah, dude, she looks a little thin in places. You know, if you were to take an arrow right here, it'd go right through to your heart." He's like, "I tell you what I could do if you got some time. If you want to leave your armor with me, I could reinforce it. You know, throw a couple of strappings on here, rig some stuff up here, thicken up this part a little bit. Might afford you some more protection. So if you leave it with Jack for 1 day, he'll give it back to you as +2 armor."
That'd be great.
Okay. So you're not going to have
when
your...
he's measuring me,
Yep.
I've been around. Does it feel inappropriate?
Oh, let's see. I'm going to roll this one. Let's see if Jack is getting fresh with you. No, it feels 100% completely appropriate. Yeah, he gives you the gentle ball cup. He makes sure that he doesn't touch you in any inappropriate way.
Eye contact.
Yeah, no eye contact. Takes your armor off, so make sure you remove your armor from your deal today. And you give it to Jack and come back in 24 hours. Yeah, come back in 24 hours, dude. I'll have her ready by tomorrow. He kicks off whatever he's doing on the forge here, throws it off to the side, and then he starts, taking apart your armor, cutting off some of the leather strapping and the reinforcements and whatnot.
Cool.
And we're going to move you back to Wondercondoodle and head over to Thazit. So Thazit is in Lore and Latte. Been there for a while, writing and scribing and doing your business. As you're in the library, this woman approaches you. She's, let's see, she's a surprisingly young woman, given her occupation and status. But she walks up and she points at you and she's like, she's like, "I've seen you in here before. You've done work for Theo." Actually, I should put my lady voice on. She's like, "I've seen you in here before. You've done work for Theo." Wow. Did you see that? Did somebody signal? Is that the bat signal? So as she's talking to you, she's kind of a little socially awkward and clumsy. She stammers quite a bit, and but she says to you, she's like, "My name is Kasra, and I'm the scribe master around here." She's got these, like her fingers are smudged with this weird colored sort of blue ink, and her robes and whatnot are covered in it as well. She's actually even got a bit of a spot on the side of her face where she was scratching her face. And Kasra says to you, she's like, I've heard rumors that you've been on amazing adventures around town, and perhaps the library could hire your unique abilities once more, Mr. Thazit. What do you say? Are you interested?
We're always up for an adventure to add to the stories of the Lore and Latte. As you can tell through the volumes we've scribed and put in place here, we've gone through many adventures for the town of New Haven.
Yes, she goes, "I've been hearing rumors as I've been doing my work. So let me tell you a little bit about my problems. There were 3 exceptionally rare tomes have been stolen from various people residing in New Haven. The first was stolen 6 days ago." Son of a bitch. Hold on a second. I wrote notes for this just because. Oh, maybe I wrote it at the bottom here? Wow, horrible DMs right out of the gate there. Where did I write my notes down? This was my character creation.
Early onset of dolls.
There's my desert notes. There's my... Oh. Okay, I'm gonna bullshit my way through this, so if I flub it up... The first book was stolen 6 days ago from Wizard Conunderdoodle. She's like, he's a wizard who maintains a small shop over by Jack Blacksmith. The book was titled was a treatise on the weave, and she looks at you and she's like, have you heard of the magics? And she does this weird sort of thing with her hands where she rolls them around in the air like she's trying to like fake cast a spell, even though she obviously has no magical prowess whatsoever. As she waves her hands to you, she's like, the book was titled The Weave, a collection of impractical observations. She's like, the second book that was stolen belonged to Tad Staslep over at Cockburn's Groceries. Or sorry, it wasn't him. The second book belonged to Charles Walmsley. He's a retired adventurer and resident of New Haven. He's got a private collection up in the nobles' quarters at the far end of town by the Red Plumes Guard. This book was a personal memoir of Wren, a long-dead ranger of repute and one of New Haven's most famous citizens. And then she leans in really close, and she's like, and the third and final theft occurred just last night. It was a book titled The Lords and Lineages of New Haven. It was in the possession of Tad Aslep. Fuck, I fucked it up again, man. So if you're writing this down, The Lords and Lineages of New Haven is the book that Charles Walmsley has in his possession. He's a local noble who specializes in the history of New Haven, and he's the guy that's up by the Red Plumes deal. So the book that belonged to the second book that was stolen was Tad Staslep's book, and he's because Tad he's a retired adventurer that started a shop in this town. And so he's got this book on this guy, Wren, who's a long-dead ranger of repute and a famous dude from New Haven. Okay, so now that I've got that straight, I should probably write that down, right? So you've got Wonderkindoodle, you've got Walmsley, and you've got Tad Staslep. Each of them has had a book stolen from them. They've come to Kasra. She's, they've told her what's going on, etc., etc. She wants you to go look, and she's like, I will offer you 100 coin for the retrieval of the stolen books. And I don't really care if you catch the thief or not. I've tried to involve Knight Ali Burrell, but she's just too busy. So I request your assistance. What do you say?
That certainly sounds like something we can do, all to preserve the knowledge of New Haven.
Oh, fantastic! This is wonderful news. When can I expect you to get started?
Well, it sounds as though our traveling companions, have some business they need to attend to. So let me check with them. But I think we should be able to get started in the next day or two.
Oh, that's wonderful news. Like I said, I don't care if you catch the thief or not, but these books they're very important, not only to me but to the library. The one of the books, the Weave, a collection of impractical observations, is actually property of the library. And it's when books go missing, my OCD kicks in full force, and I just get a little crazy. As you can tell, and she starts like scratching her head like in sort of a weird place, and as she does so, she rubs this blue ink across her forehead a little bit, and she's just over the course of the conversation, her agitation has led her to sort of almost paint her face blue like a Smurf as she keeps like touching her cheeks and as she's talking to you and stuff like that, because she is sort of like quite clumsy and awkward. Oh, this is wonderful news. Do report back with anything that you found. And so she sort of scurries off, and she goes up off into one of the corners of the library that you're in, disappears through some doors, and heads sort of down into the... you see her just go down a flight of stairs, close the door behind her, and she sort of disappears into the library's lower levels. So you're scribing up a storm. You got that little bit of information, and I think so. I didn't actually. I was reading some stuff there, so I didn't move the map. Good thing staring at a building awkwardly on my whatchamacallit. Okay, what are you going to do with this information, Thazit? What's your game plan?
Well, first and foremost, we got to find find Brudnir and Darren. Let them in on the task, and we just got to saddle up and just come up with a game plan. Probably start doing probably start talking to the owners of the books, see if we get some more info from them.
Okay, so you head out of the Lauren Latte, and as you do so, you immediately see Brudnir standing across the street, and him and Jack Black look like they're fondling each other lovingly, and then Brudnir starts to take his clothes off in the middle of the street, which you deemed rather inappropriate, but quickly realized that he's just taken his armor off to give it to Jack, and then that's right about the point when you come out and you look across the street. You see the two of them standing there, and you and Brudnir, you can exchange information with Brudnir. We can skip this scene. You fill Brudnir in the details, and the two of you decide together to...
Oh, we should probably go find Darren, let him in on the joke, and then I don't know, start with Wonder Canoodle, I think.
All right, Brudnir, what's your game plan?
Well, I was going to go get this gem done, but let's go find Darren.
Okay. You guys know that he's he made it pretty obvious that he was going to go hit on the waitress.
Right.
So you know that he's
crash and burn spectacularly.
And what?
Crash and burn.
Oh. They don't know that yet.
Yeah, but nothing makes waitresses more hot than an adventurer with a new task. So this will be his in.
All right. So she walks up after taking. Imazelle comes back up to you, Darren, and she grabs your plate. And as she does so, she starts breaking into a little bit of conversation again about the things that happened to her intestines while eating Italian food and the likes. And then she gives you a little bit of a wink. Which maybe lightens your heart a little bit. As she grabs your plate, she gives you a little bit of a wink and a smile, and she starts to turn and walk away from the table.
No fart this time?
No.
All right. I go look for the other guys.
Okay.
I'm done here.
You walk out of the bar, make it about halfway down the street, when you see Brudnir and Thazit making their way towards you. Once again, we're going to skip the they fill you in part, and we're going to head to. So they've given 3 locations of 3 different books that you guys need to sort of inspect and look at. I guess as a collective group, you guys have decided to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and go talk to Wizard Conunderdoodle. I'm assuming that's your game plan. Okay. Sounds good to me. I'm going to drop you guys right in front of Filstrom. Why is his name fucking Filstrom here? Filstrom Wondercondoodle. Brudnir. You approach a door to a rather unusual building. It looks like a tall sort of rocket. As you approach the door, wow. Do you want to talk about something? No. As you approach the door, the actual door itself starts to glow with a faint red color, almost as if it was a red rocket. And as you walk up to Wondercondoodle's area there, the door glows red and it pops open. A crazy little half-folk guy pops his head out and he's like, "Oh, hello there, everybody. Filstrom Wondercondoodle at your service. What is it that I could do for this trio, this gathering of fine fellows here, this coup d'adventurers, so to speak. Ha ha ha! And he's going to point at you, Brudner.
We're here for a couple things, actually.
Really? Well, do tell. What is it? What can old Philstrom do for you, my friends?
Well, we heard you had a bit of a theft.
Oh, you're here for that, on that count. Well, very well. You should come inside, then. I haven't built Wonderkindoodle shop inside, but as you enter this sort of small spherical building, the main floor of this store has like a little seating area. There's like a bench inside. There's a set of spiral stairs that go all the way up. I can't believe you just turned my rocket red. Oh, which is fantastic. All right, so the room difficulty has now gone up to 12. And we have Wonderkindoodle's red rocket. His Wonderkindoodle shop is now, looks like a fucking giant dog's weenus. But inside, there is a counter behind which you would normally find Wonderkindoodle. This is his shop of magical stuff. He has reagents, powders, weird talons, fangs, claws, bats, heads, all that kind of the usual stuff that you would find inside of a magic user guy's shop. Perched on his on one of the sides of this counter, though, is this small gray-furred monkey. So he walks in and he starts petting this monkey a little bit, and he looks at you. He's like, "Oh, so I take it you're here to interrogate me about the missing book? Is that it? Master Openrail is certainly distrustful. What is it you would like to know?"
Oh, we just wanted to know how it was taken.
Well, let me tell you. So, as he walks you around through this little building and stuff like that, he points over to... So he says, so this book is a rare treatise dealing with the weave, its history and hypothesis, about its nature, that all things magical and such. The library loaned it to me, but I had to make quite a few... I want to say recessions, but that's not the word I'm looking for. In order to get the book, he had to do some things, like, make sure that this case that it was stored in, this glass display case, was, he's like, I enchanted it with some runes so that it was theft-proof. Whoever,
How'd that work?
broke into it, yes, well, as you can see, not quite well at all. But I must say that, whoever did this, that just means they were quite the professional. They had done their work. Otherwise, kapow! He does this huge gesture that basically lets you know that, somebody should have exploded. He's pointing to this beautiful bookcase, this glass display case of breathtaking quality. And then he's like, the book was stored in there. I can tell you that it was about 1.5 feet wide and just as long. It was bound in fine white leather with golden lettering and the spin of a ribbon of white silk as a placeholder. Oh, it was a thing of beauty. The front of the book was emblazoned with the symbol of Mystra, the goddess of magic. Many a night I had spent alone near the fireplace, running my fingers across the pages of this wonderful book. It was quite miraculous. Yes. And he just keeps sort of rambling as you look at him. So yeah.
I'll look to Thazit because this is more of his talk.
Okay, Thazit, what do you got going on here?
So Wonderkindoodle, you said you secured it with runes.
Yeah. Yes.
So what does it look like here? Like, did you, being the Grand Wizard of New Haven, were you able to discern what kind of magic that was used to dispel your magic? I mean, this is obviously has to be some quite high level sort of a magic in order to dispel even yours.
Well, yes. As you can see, my rune is still intact. And he points to the glass case, and you can see on the side of it there's some etchings and stuff like that are on the side of it.
Okay, so the rune's still intact, and the glass case itself. Is the glass case broken?
Nope. No, it is as beautiful as it ever was.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes.
Well,
that's what I said.
For us,
right? We're both in it.
Closer.
Yes.
We're going to need you to dispel the rune magic so we don't blow up in your shop.
Oh, well, I'm afraid that I can't do that. Well, what if you're simply here to rob me of my other goods? These protections are held in place to secure the crazy and insane magics that I have come across over my many years.
And how well did that work out for you?
Good point. But that's really neither here nor there. As you can see, nothing else was taken, and he points inside this case, and you can see there is other things in there.
Yeah. No, that's fine. So if we're not going to be bestowed the privilege of looking closer at the glass case and see and look for any sort of clues or anything that we can use to find the perpetrator, we're just going to have to move on. And we'll have to put your book on a lower priority than the other two. So thanks for your time, and we're going to move on.
Let me remind you that this is not my book. This book was loaned to me from the library.
And you can deal with the penalty of losing their book.
Oh, I see how it is. Well, all right. Okay, so roll a charisma.
You signed it out, so you're the one who's under the ownership of the book for the temporary time. Therefore, you're held 100% responsible for it.
Okay, make me a charisma check there, Thazit, and let's see how well this plays out for you.
Let's see how this is going to go.
Not well.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Okay, so Philstrom starts backpedaling a little bit. Oh, listen, let's not be so hasty. Do come over here. So he calls you over towards his book, and he shows you the ruins on the side of this bookcase, this beautiful bookcase. Make me a wisdom check.
That's 16.
Wow, that's a success. As you approach this book, Wondercondoodle starts to reach out, and he's going to cast some magics. Now, something about what he's about to do sort of sets you off a little bit, being that you're a magician as well, and you know the weave and the magics and stuff. And you happen to catch a glimpse, just a quick glimpse of one of the ruins that's on the side of this case, sort of sparks a little bit, like it's getting ready to ignite. Second while I scratch my face. You can immediately grab his hand and stop him. And what you realize is that one of these runes is actually been marred. So you can tell that whoever came in here knew what they were doing. They knew how to bypass these very intricate magics. As he's casting the spell, you realize that whatever he's doing is way out of your range as well. Like, you know what I mean? Had you not got him to do the magics on this thing, you would never have noticed that little spark. But as soon as that spark kicked in, you're like, you understand that somebody had come in here and had marred one of the runes on the side of this. So in order to get the book out, the runes were actually deactivated. And had he deactivated the runes, hopefully that makes sense, there would probably have been some kind of minor explosion in here.
Right.
So
at the same time, though, I'd like to, because he's got a higher magic he's a higher magic user than I am. I'd actually like to copy down and scribe out those runes as well in a book of myself.
Sure.
So then I have a copy of it, and then I could use it at a later date.
Okay, so as you're doing such, you're looking at these things, making a mental note and whatnot. Philistrum, I don't know if he'd be kosher with sharing his magics with you. especially this trap that he paid so much money for. So he might be a little curious as to why you're writing things down. But this is actually what I'm going to say is, as you point out to Philistrum, how his rune was bypassed. You can see the gears, in his brain just sort of clicking away, and he's like, oh, I've seen the fault in this protection. Oh, well done, chap. Well done. He's like, do help yourself to this subpar trap, so to speak. Obviously, if it, and he gets himself all worked up into a lather. He's like, I have spent a significant amount of time warding my apartment to appease the Lord Sage and earning his trust, and making sure that anything that I kept in my apartment was safe. But I likely do believe that the Lord Sage will use this as an excuse to ask me to return all the books in my possession. And as she's talking, I'm going to have Darren roll me perception.
Oh, shite. Give me a second here. Ha! Fuck off.
Philistrum is talking, and the monkey is looking at you. It's like it's in a staring competition with you. You know the kind of staring competition you get in with your dog, where you can tell you're not just staring. This is like a dominant. Who looks away first is going to get it. So you and this monkey are in a death stare as Philistrum wonderkindoodle. Actually, I'm going to have Brudnir roll me perception as well.
What, he's got wall eyes? He's going to stare at both of us?
Nope.
Perception +2. Nope.
Okay. So yeah, the monkey is staring at Darren. He's just eyeballing him. And you notice that this monkey is staring at Darren. Philistrum is going off about this, that, and the other thing. He's extremely thankful that you pointed out the flaw in the ruins in his safeties and his protections and stuff like that. And in doing so, he sort of half mentions something as he's going on. He's like, oh yes, these runes and such. I see the fault in their ways. No wonder the other things were taken as well. This just quite explains everything. Probably simply bypassed all and stole my other stuff as well. And he's and he looks up, like not realizing that he had said that out loud. He has revealed to you that some other of his personal possessions were taken as well. Thazit.
That's interesting. So other item. And they get like anything that's tied to this book?
No.
Or
no.
like random stuff or anything very specific?
No. It seems you've caught me with my pants down. Ooh. Listen here. Let me tell you. The thief also took some of my personal possessions, and I am quite embarrassed by it, I must say. Namely, a horn of blasting and 3 spell scrolls. Now, I do keep close tabs on my magics, and so I can tell you that these scrolls contained a detect magic, a blast of fire, or fireball kind of spell, and one that will render a person immobile. Hold person, fireball, detect magic, and a horn of blasting. And my book. There you have it. There's the truth. Screw the damn library if they don't want me to have any more of their possessions. I fully understand where I've gone wrong, and I will gladly suffer the consequence.
Is there anybody you can think of that would want to portray you in a poor light to the library or maybe to the town?
Oh, no. I've only set up shop here some time ago, maybe about 6 months ago. Came in with and he taps the wall of the shop that he's in. and mentions that it is some kind of like retractable building. I don't know. He calls it a thing. You know, I'm failing as a DM. He's like, no, I've only showed up 6 months ago. I'm working on it, boys. The gears are grinding. I've only showed up 6 months ago with the incandicable, and he taps the fucking wall of his deal. Don't fucking ask. That's as good as it gets, man. The incandicable. I was trying to make something so that it would look like a penis. So the incandicable. And he taps at it. My retractable shop. You say the right words and she'll compress down into a small cube, fit right in your pocket. Throw it up anywhere. You just need to say the magic words. Yes, the incandicable. Yes, it looks like a giant red penis, and fuck you and get out of my shop, you losers. Just kidding. No, he actually doesn't say that. What he does say is he appreciates the fact that you have shown him the flaws in his protections. He writes a small note and hands it to the monkey, who is in a complete death stare with Darren. At which point, the monkey shoots out of a small little hidden hatch in the wall and disappears out into the streets of New Haven. Wonderkindoodle thanks you for your showing him the ways, the error of his ways, and starts pointing towards the door as if he's going to escort you out. Brednir, we're going to go to you because I know you had a thing you wanted to do.
Oh yeah, I say, oh hold on. I want you to look at this gem too.
Ooh, yes, yes. What have you got there? And he reaches in and pulls out a monocle and slaps it into his eyeballs.
Of course he does.
Mm-hmm. Yes, let's see here. What have you got? You hold it out to him. He looks at it. He's like, oh my. Wow, a rare zirconius cubus maximus. See that? I made that up out of the top of my head. This is worth a king's ransom.
Oh.
And he hands it back to you. Yes.
Make a common knowledge roll for what a king's ransom is?
Oh, well. Okay, so you are going to roll D10 and times it by 100.
All right.
Actually, let's times it by 1,000.
Oh.
I do say, and as he looks at this before he passes it back, he's like, this particular gem in itself, although flawed in some way, might fetch you a minor king's ransom. Probably worth a solid 3,000 coin, I would say. And then he tosses it back to you. Do be careful with that. There's a minor flaw in the one corner, and if it does break, it will not be worth anything. Yes, uniquely structured. Man, I just forgot what I called this fucking thing, too. Son of a bitch. So yeah, he hands it back to you. King's Ransom, gem is worth 3,000. Right. Get out of my shop.
Wait. Do you sell any of your wares?
Well, this is a magic shop, you know. I do need to make money somehow. Would you like to buy some things?
What do you have?
Are you looking for weapons? Are you looking for armor?
Yes.
Are you looking for enchantments?
Sure.
Right. Well, let's see. He starts. He goes over and opens up a book on his desk, and inside the desk, he is going to pull out. Oops. Let's see. We don't want that. And we'll flip over this one. Okay. All right, my friends. Well, it appears that in the shop here today we have, and he skims his hand down the list. He's like, I have 10 magic arrows. They will allow you, to be shot from a regular bow. You can retrieve them. He sort of skims over the properties of them. Magical damage, yes, check. Yes, I have this pouch of 10 arrows here. According to the inventory here, that these magic arrows, you can shoot them instead of doing regular damage. They do a bit more damage. So I do have those. I have this small tent. You say the magic words, and it sets itself up and takes itself down. It houses 3, which seems to be perfect for the 3 of you, the trio of you. This item came in from down in what is the name of the place? Zolos, which is the southern part of the continent. I'm just going to call it that for now, even though that might not be what it is, but it is Zolo or something like that. Somebody came up with this thing and handed it to me. He holds it out. As he shows it to you, he said, "This thing, we call it a particle grenade." Yes, I'm not quite sure. Yes, came from. You've heard of Zovos down in the southern continent, to the end of the tip of the continent, where that crazy ship that crazy bird came flying out of the sky and crashed into the shoreline there, down at the right. He basically describes to you a UFO that has crashed.
Yeah.
And somebody has retrieved this particle grenade, and I seem to have come around. It's a 3-count instant. For 1 round fuse, explodes for ultimate damage in near range. That's what he says. It looks like you press this button, swiggle this thing here, and inside of 3 seconds, this thing will blow up, doing an immense amount of damage. Immense! And then he pushes the button.
Oh, no.
Yeah, as soon as he presses it, he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. And then he slams it back shut, gives it a twist, and does a weird thing, and he hands it, he sets it back down. He's like, whew, that was a close one. Oh, wow. Maybe your interests in the disguise kit, perhaps? When deceiving a stranger, do ultimate effort and easy checks? No, not interested. Oh, use shield. Now, don't let its looks in dings and dents and scratches fool you. This is a very, very good shield. It will provide you with an extra, protection from blows and arrows and such.
How so?
Well, a +2 to your armor, of course.
Just a shield?
Yes, use shield +2 to your armor.
Nope.
All right. Well, in fact, you're a very hard man to please. Last on the list. What?
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
No, go. What's last?
Oh. Is this weird thing here, and he holds it up. He reaches in and grabs this glove, and he holds it up.
I'll take it.
He slips it onto his hand, and as he does so, it turns his hand into iron. There's like a weird sort of star in the palm of it, and he's like, "You simply put this on. No need to say anything. You just slap it on your hand, and your next 1d4 unarmed attacks are at +3 attempt, and will do an insane amount of damage." So he describes this thing to you in such a way that you put it on, the star will power up, and then you can punch people in the face for an amazing amount of damage. And he calls it the Iron Palm. Yes, so 10 magical arrows, small tent, particle grenade, disguise kit, use shield, and the Iron Palm. That's what we have in store today. And does any of it interest you?
Yes.
Yes, do tell.
The tent
Okay.
and the glove.
Okay.
What did you call the grenade?
The particle grenade, yes.
How about those?
For the gem, straight across?
Well, the gem isn't mine alone, so I'm asking for price.
Oh, well, yes, everything in the shop, of course, is 1,000 coin apiece, so that sounds like a fair deal. I tell you what, the tent's really not worth that much. I mean, really, it just sets itself up. So you could have the small tent for 250, and the particle grenade would be probably a 1250 to make it an easy. 2,000 palm would be another 1,000. Yes, 3,000. Yes, that's about right.
How much just for the glove?
The glove in the iron palm to 1,500.
1,500. You said it was 1,000.
When you buy all three, there's a discount.
I'm gonna haggle.
Come on, man. We don't have all day. The monkey will be back at any minute. He'll be hungry.
It's only one glove.
Yes?
I gotta pick which hand, so that's already limiting me.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the foibles of magic, my friend. What's it going to be? Quickly, before the monkey returns and I have to make his lunch.
I'll give you 1,000 for the glove.
1,250, and you will have to paint my tower a different color.
Is that a metaphor?
1,250, and you return my tower back to its original color. Man, I wish I could remember what I called my fucking tower. It was awesome. That was a great name. Yeah. So what say you? Paint my tower a daisy blue, a nice sweet maybe a yellow, perhaps. Anything to keep it from looking like a giant monkey dick. You should see the monkey when he gets aroused. It is quite a display.
Hard pass.
All right, so what's it going to be? 1,250. Paint the tower. Deal. Glove.
All right,
yes.
So the glove was for 4 rounds or D4 rounds?
Let's see. And he skims back through a couple of pages, and he says, "It looks like it varies in its one up to four attacks, 1 to 4 attacks. Sometimes it powers out sooner than later."
Don't we all? All right, I'll take the glove, and I'll take the 10.
All right. So the iron
Wait,
palm.
I can't.
Why not?
No, I can't. I got cash.
Okay. Oh, what? Why is... Oh, I see. Okay, so you're going to take these two things. Let me scooch them off to your end of the table. I got to zoom out a little bit here so that I'm not stuck where I'm at. And Brudnir can have these things. Now, I'm pretty sure that you're running out of space on your character there, aren't you, mister?
Yeah, I gotta haggle some things around.
Okay, so I'm going to let you do that. And we're going to shoot over to Thazit. And where'd my giant red tower go? Here we go. Okay. So, Filstrom ushers you guys out of his shop quickly before the monkey comes back, and I need to feed the monkey. Yes, that's what I have to do. He gets quite irritable. It's a little bit out of control when he's hungry, and sometimes I have to spank him. So, it's not a sight you see. It is rather unusual because when you spank the monkey, for some reason, he gets a little bit aroused. Now, yes, be gone. And he kicks you out of his shop. Where to, Thazit?
I'm thinking over. Deal with Tad Staslip. He's just down the way here.
You approach Cockburn's grocery just as Tad Aslap is coming outside to arrange his fruit carts. He sees you coming and shakes his head. He immediately looks up at his sign to see if the sign has been changed at all. And I'm going to put his little fruit cart over here. Tad Aslap's got some fruits.
Well, how does he expect us to change the sign if we're approaching the building now? Like, come on, he's got to use his head.
Well, these
false accusations of his needs to stop.
Oh, this is going to be good, I could tell. All right, my man. So the three of you walk up. You see Tad. He's outside. He's messing around with his fruit cart. He looks at the lot of you. He's like, fuck, not again. What do you losers want?
Well, apparently we're here on official library business. And
Oh.
you have a very valuable book of theirs with which they're looking to reclaim. Now, rumor has it, it's gone missing while it's in your possession.
Yes.
Therefore, you will be held fully responsible for this book.
Carry
Now,
on.
we are tasked to look for this book.
Carry on. Flap your gums some more, fool. Flap your gums some more. Let me fill you in on the details. The book is not that of the libraries. In fact, the book was mine and mine alone. I had purchased it from the nearby town of Gilhelm. It simply went missing, and I approached the library to see if somebody had maybe picked it up mistakenly and returned it. But I assure you that the book was 100% mine. And he's like, unfortunately, I really this is a prized possession of mine, and I see that the library has hired you three fools to come and do a little bit of inspection and find out some information. Castra. And he looks up at the sky and he looks at Darren. She's like, why have you sent this fool to me? This man. And again, he glances up to his sign and he takes another look at it to make sure that you haven't changed his sign yet.
We're standing on this side of the fence.
Yes, do stay over
How
there.
would we have changed your sign behind you if we're standing on this side of the fence? Again, your false accusations really do need to stop.
I don't know what kind of magics you have, what kind of, doodling devices you have in your possession, what trickery, what works of the weave, so to speak. He's like, listen, I know why you're here. Apparently, Castra has sent you to ascertain some information. Unfortunately, I will give you said information because this book is valuable to me, but for no other reason. I think you are scum, especially you. He points at Darren.
I think this is a high time for the three of us to kind of leave here. It looks like Tad's got his whole book finding well at hand on his own. I guess he doesn't need our help at all, especially lowly scum like us.
Well, listen, my friends. You can do as you please, but you'll be hard pressed to secure the answers to this mystery without my information. Right? How do you expect to put the pieces of the puzzle together without the puzzle pieces? Ha ha ha! Got you.
Why are we wasting all our time here?
And he fingers
This guy
Darren.
doesn't even know who put up who did his sign. Fucking wanker. And he walks away.
All right. So Darren heads off down the street. And Tad looks at the two of you guys. He's like, man. Pops over the fence. He walks up. He's a rugged looking dude. He's no fucking pushover. I can tell you that much. Underneath that regular disguise of a common folk, there's some rippled muscles. Does not like the party. And he points at the lot of you. He's like, I know one of you did it. I know one of you wrote, this name. I told you how it affected me when I was a kid to be called these names, and yet here you are writing graffiti on my building, even though I didn't catch you red-handed. I know it was you. So, let's put that aside for the sake of returning the books, the stolen items, and putting the pieces of this puzzle together. Now that scumbag Darren is gone, he yells down the street.
I put a gesture. Exactly like the GIF where I'm putting my knuckle up to my eye like, we go crying. Whee!
Oh, wow. All right, so Tad is addressing Brudnir and Thazit. He tells you that the book contained the personal memoirs of Rena the Blade, a personal hero to me during my time. A personal hero to me to... Oh, I see. I was just trying to read a thing here. So Tad says that... Yes, this book contained the personal memoirs of Rena the Blade. He was a personal hero of mine during his time here in New Haven. He has. I've owned the book for nearly a decade. It was the only thing stolen from my house. Most of my collection is archived in Mantor's library. Hence, I went over to ask them. Had they maybe somehow, maybe I was lost my mind a bit and maybe misplaced the book and somebody had returned it to the library. But this personal volume that was stolen. It has a special meaning to me. It was given to me by Wren himself, signed by the man, the myth, the legend. I had it simply stored on a bookshelf with no locks or traps. It was rather small, perhaps a foot long and half a foot wide, as it was bound in red leather with a black lettering on the spine. Yes, as you can see, I am quite distraught with the vandalism and the missing book. Things have not been good. And he pops back over the fence and goes back to reorganizing his fruits a little bit.
So your most prized possession, you just left unguarded, not locked or anything, not locked away, not secured. That doesn't seem like a very smart thing to do. It's almost like you invited this theft. Just like you invite, name calling, like you invite these things upon yourself. You need to do a little more self work. Instead of being a victim all the time. Take responsibility for your actions.
You're wasting your time.
I yell across the Hustler Street.
You're really trying to
talk to a fucking plant.
So we'll look for your book.
Yes.
We'll do it, despite your misinformation about our friend Darren over there, despite your accusations, unfounded accusations. We will do this because you've had such a hard time. Maybe it'll help you with your self-evaluating, your self-work. That's what we'll do for you.
I see. Flipping the script. Yes, you think that flipping the script on me. Yes, goodbye. Fuck off. All right. Tad Aslep does not like the party. And anything that you buy from Tad, he will now put an asshole surcharge of 10% on.
Fuck him. There's other merchants in town.
I mean,
What does he have?
He doesn't have his book back yet, does he?
He has the Cockburn's Grocery has all the food. So if you need rations and the horses that you returned, because you guys don't have horses, so you have to get horses from him. He's like the general items guy, right? If you need backpacks, if you need rope, any of that kind of stuff, you have to come to Tad. He's the guy that sells it.
Kind of sounds like we need to have a competitive New Haven fantasy Walmart open in the area.
Oh, that'd be fucking fantastic.
That kind of sounds like a new goal. What do you think, Darren? You want to get on this this general Walmart, as it will, fantasy Walmart? Maybe we can get on this kind of business. A little competition in this town.
Wow. Oh, sweet.
Wait.
Huh?
We're both on the small business committee. Why is he giving me grief? I'm going to file a grievance.
No. What? File away, fuckheads. Piss off. Bring it. I've dealt with worse. I have dealt with worse than you. And he just wanders off and disappears inside his shop.
Can we burn his house down?
Right now?
I don't know. We seem to have an explosive rune spell here.
Ooh,
What else to
I'm
use?
liking this train of thought.
You guys can do whatever you want.
Oh, we'll fuck with them later.
Okay, so Tad disappears into his shop. He gives you guys the finger before he walks in, closes the door, and he disappears into his shop.
Well, I give him 2.
Yeah.
There you go.
The last thing you hear is he's like, very mature. Where to, gentlemen?
I guess we got our third.
That's it.
Let's see here. Nope, Charles Walmsley. Oh, this should be interesting.
Okay, so you head up the street to Charles Walmsley's. Boosh. You stand at the basement, knocking on the door on the lower levels. When Charles once again appears, or sorry, Harold Walmsley appears up on his patio. He immediately looks over, unzips his fly, and begins pissing down on top of you guys. That's not to say that you get whizzed on, but you know, you're going to have to make a quick... Everybody make me a dexterity check to not get whizzed on. That's what I think is going to happen right now.
Who's doing this?
All of you.
No, but who's trying to piss on us?
Harold Walmsley.
Who was he again?
He's a famous noble.
Okay, well, I'm going to put an arrow in him if he keeps it up. I'll fuck around.
All right, so if you failed your dex check, you get a bit of Harold's whiz on you.
Let me see.
Yes. At first, Darren, you think it's raining a little bit, so you kind of look up with your mouth agape as splashes of Harold's whiz land right in your mouth. Lady Eliza Walmsley comes out, and you can hear her from the patio. Harold's over in this general direction here, taking a squirt off to the side. Can I put him down here somewhere? There we go. Bada bang. And the three of you catch some of his graceful goodness right in your mouth. Harold looks over the balcony. He's like, "Oh, excuse me, friends. Lovey, I did not know that we're expecting the peasantry to arrive today. Looks like I got 'em. By accident, of course. No harm, no foul, right, friends? What? Why are you banging on my door, peasants?" Yes, I'm talking to you, and he points right at you, Brudnir.
I'll pull out my signal horn
Mm-hmm.
and blast it at him.
Okay.
To be heard for a mile.
Yep.
Say, "Hail the house!"
Okay, now does it? Yeah, he takes a step back and he comes sort of teetering over the edge after you lay this big blast down, and he's like, "What was that? What?" And he can't quite hear what you're saying.
I'll blow it again.
Okay.
The house.
Okay, he takes another step back, and he comes forward and he leans over and he looks down, and now his eyes are kind of dazed, and he's like, "Lovey, do you hear something? I thought there was somebody down there, but Lovey." And he's like, you can tell that he's like full on deaf. He can't even hear his woman. So he sort of disappears a little bit, and she comes up to the forefront. Lady Eliza Walmsley.
Does she whip it out too and piss on us?
No, she's got far too much class, but she does look down upon you. She's like, yes, servant's entrance is at the rear. Please clean the door handle off while you're at it. Gosh.
All right, we'll go in.
Okay, so you go around the back of the house into the servants' entrance. As you come in, there's a bunch of people working in this back room. You know, this is where the kitchen is and stuff like that. You guys disappear into the kitchen. Everybody sort of is looking at you like, what the hell? And they immediately start freaking out, ringing some bells, ringing some buzzers, and then a bunch of guardsmen come flying down and confront you and push you out. They're like, "Nobody enters the Walmsley's house without permission." And they're poking you with spears, pushing you back out the back door.
They told us to come in.
No, by permission, you need written permission to enter the house, and he's poking you back outside. Get out. Get out! He pokes you a few more times.
Huh. Okay, we'll go around to the front door.
Okay. So you go around to the front door. It's a beautiful wood door. Let's.
I will put on the iron palm and knock on the door.
Oh wow. So you blast the door off of its hinges. It gets the attention of Lady Eliza Walmsley. She's sipping a cup of tea. She leans over the railing. She's like, "Oh, what have you done to the door? My goodness, do you know what that door's worth? A year's wages. If you were if you were not a peasant, it is worth a year's wages if you were noble. Oh, you'll pay for this." She's like, "That's a 5,000 coin door."
I know that.
She reaches
I'm
into
a
her.
lumberman by trade. That's 20 tops.
That was handcrafted by the finest artisans in Gilhelm, and you've destroyed it. That's a family heirloom. That door, in fact, came from the noble quarters of one of the most prestigious men in Gilhelm himself. It's a one of a kind. It's priceless, and you've destroyed it. Oh, what is you? And she's like, what is your name, fool, peasant man, door exploder, killer of doors?
I'll blow my horn again.
Oh, fucking, her hair goes flying back. She stumbles back on the back side of the patio. Almost topples off the other side of the patio. Regains her composure after a few moments. The door to the Walmsley's mansion that you have broken off is now literally filled with the house guard. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 soldiers come piling out the front, kicking the door open, pieces knocked aside. Let's see here. Here's a guard, and they all pile into the street, wondering what the commotion is all about. There we go. 10 guardsmen. Not royal guard, but guards to these nobles. Grab hold of you, Brudnir. And they're like, "You're coming with us."
Why?
"You've destroyed the door. Do you know how much this door's worth? She could have paid our salaries for a year with just the door handle alone. Well, unfortunately for you, you're dead wrong, and you're gonna have to make some kind of agreement to pay back the 5,000 coin for this door."
Yeah, I'll agree to fix the door.
I don't know what... You can't fix it. This is one of a kind. And look, you simply shattered it into 1,000 small pieces. This guard here actually looks at you guys down there. He's like, "You, what have you lot? Huh? You with this guy?" And he starts addressing Darren and Darren and Thazit slowly make their way over to New Haven.
I'm whistling.
Hero tokens. Here's one for Darren for fucking throwing Charles under the bus. Here's another one for fucking Thazit. So yeah, these 10 guards grab onto you. They're not taking your shit. They don't care what you think of this door. You've just destroyed the Walmsley's $5,000 unique, one-of-a-kind antique door they brought from Gilhelm.
5,000 coins. That's bullshit.
And they just leave it out in the public.
No, it's not left out in the public. It's attached to their very private house.
I thought it was blown off.
You just one-punched it. So the Walmsleys, they come down into the street for one time. Charles stands in front of you with his wife. They're actually quite big.
Harold or Charles?
Oh, I don't know what the fuck his name is. Lady Eliza Walmsley and Sir Harold Walmsley, they come out the door. She's in tears. She's like, "Oh, lovey, look what they've done to this door. They've destroyed this heirloom, this piece, this the beautiful entrance to our house." And Harold's pissed off now. He looks at you and he's like, "Look what you've done to the door. Do you know who I am? Sir Harold Walmsley of Gilhelm, and you have destroyed the door to my house."
He is fucking shite.
He turns around and he looks directly at you. He said, "What did you say?"
Listen, I meant it. I gotta go for a shite.
That's what I thought you said. And he spits in your general direction. Now, not on you, but sort of just at your feet. "Be gone, peasant!" And he turns around.
Oh, gotta go.
He turns around and he addresses Brudnir, and he's like, "What's your name, fool?"
Who are you talking to?
"You,
Oh, Brudnir.
Brudnir, the Brudnir, protector of New Haven, god to its treasures. Why have you destroyed my door?"
We're here doing an investigation.
Of what is it? You're investigating how to break doors, and you see a guard dive off the roof.
Come in. And then the guard forced us out the back, so we came up the front.
Who told you to come in?
The Lady Walmsley told us to come in the rear.
She's like, I'm sorry, dear. I'm sorry, Harold. I thought they were here to, do some repairs on the building, but apparently they're just here to wreck stuff." "Oh, lovey." "Ha ha ha. I could see how you could mistake this dribble. This peasant folk, look at him. He doesn't even have a proper armor on. He's half naked, for Christ's sake. True adventure." What?
You like it?
Avert your eyes, Lady Eliza." And she turns around and looks away. His bare nipples are...
Heck flex.
Yeah, you can see his nipples. What kind of ridiculous adventuring costume is that? Where's your armor, fool?
Upgrade.
Oh, yes, that old story. Ha ha ha. And he gives Lady Eliza a little fucking elbow. And she's like, "Oh, Harold, you're so humorous. You're so funny." So, how do you plan on repairing or repaying us for breaking our door? This very unique, one-of-a-kind door from the ancient noble quarters of Gilhelm?
I just knocked on it.
No. That is not what happened. After you blasted me in the face twice... after you blasted me in the face twice with my horn, with that horn of yours, almost deafened me, then blasted Lady Eliza in the face, I should have you strung up by the guard. I should call the Red Plumes immediately and have them string you up for what you've done.
I knocked on the door and blew a signal horn.
Yes, you exploded the door with your magic power gauntlet that you have on. I see it right there.
I'm a hero of the realm. I can't control my strength.
Is that what it is? Yes. So why are you knocking on my door? I just noticed the fucking chat for whatchamacallit. Oh man, I gotta move this over here. We're gonna do a little right monitor action. Where did it go to? The bullshit detector. I just saw a door that had a hole in it, and now it's been replaced with something else. I can't scroll down any farther. Lady Walmsley like it from the... I don't know what the hell that is. The door has disappeared, man.
Lady Walmsley likes it from the rear, from the back.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
You see the door being punched through?
All right, we're gonna move that out of the way. All right, we're gonna go back to the main cam here.
I'll delete it.
I don't know where the whatchamacallit went to. The picture with the door. Yeah, there was a picture of a door with a fucking hole in it. Now all I see is a guy falling through the... All right, so back to the game. Yes, why are you smashing on my door anyway? What brings the like of your ilk to my noble door?
We were deputized to investigate a series of thefts.
Oh, you hear about the book, are you? Well, why didn't you say so? Jesus.
I tried. and you pissed on us.
No, I did not piss on you. I was simply relieving myself like I usually do early in my, during the day. Rather than go to the bathroom, my golden urine, I let it flow down the side of the building and water the measly plants and such around the door. It was just quite a common mistake. Listen, if you're here about this book, I'm sure that we could forego the expense of this door for the return of this book. It is a valuable possession of mine. Most important on such a scale that I cannot begin to tell you how important this is. And he waves the guards away and they all disappear. They all walk back and they start cleaning up the shit around the door and stuff like that. And you and Walmsley and Lady Eliza, he takes you up to the private balcony, leaving the other Gomers down by the bar. Now I gotta... Oops, I don't want to stamp him. Let's excuse me. Harold says to you, he says, yes, do come in. Spot of tea? Can I get you some crumpets, perhaps? Is there maybe some breakfast? A noble's breakfast?
Breakfast.
Right. Lady Eliza Walmsley goes back in the door, claps her hands a little bit, makes some motions, some gestures and shit like that, and the servants go get hard at work at bringing your thing out. Now, Walmsley puts his arms around you, and he's like, listen, friend, I think that we should forego this little inconvenience with the door. I really didn't like it at all. To be honest with you, he whispers in his ear, not letting Lady Eliza know it's one of her family heirlooms. And yes, well, that aside. So this book, my hymen, because I like.
What?
Wait, no, just kidding. We're noble, right?
Is that a kind of horse?
He says to you, this book is probably my most valuable possession. It means the world to me. It means everything. My entire world hinges upon the confines, the entrails of this book. This book is called Lords and Lineages of New Haven. It is a catalog of every noble house that has resided within New Haven. The first entries date back over 700 years ago. So you can see the value of this. This book has been in our family for almost 2 centuries. I had it secured within a drawer in my desk that was locked and protected by powerful spellcrafts. I paid good money for this.
Who did you pay?
That Wondercondoodle fellow that showed up months ago.
No, he had a book stolen from him as well.
That fool. Yes, he must be a shitty musician like that. Have you heard of that Thazit fellow in town here? Apparently he's quite a shit musician as well. Him and this Archer Darren, they're quite the fools. You know what I'm saying? So,
yes.
He's like, I cannot guess why anybody would want to steal the book. While rare and old, it is little more than a collection of lineages and, notes made by scribes of past and the current noble houses. It's a rather ugly book, discussing dull subject matter. It cannot likely bring much in the way of profit. So I fail to see why somebody would want this. But, this book does contain the lineages of all of those people that live within the town of New Haven. There are some secrets hidden in this book that, might help me sway the minds of those on the council that I wish to bend to my will, so to speak, so you can understand the importance of this book. Let me describe it to you. It is a full foot thick. It is 2 feet wide and just as long, and it was bound in the tanned hide of a manticore. Yes, that's right, you heard me, a manticore. Very rare indeed.
Did you say manticore?
Yes. That is... Shh! Now listen. It's anyone's guess how the thief managed to carry it around New Haven without raising suspicion.
It's huge.
But, yes, it is huge. So, if you could find this book and return it to me, I will gladly pay you a tidy sum of 500 coin. That is how valuable this book is to me. and we will just forget about the front door incident. In fact, I don't even know what happened. Nothing happened. The front door was broken when you arrived.
I'm sorry. Your wife told me to come in her back door.
Yes, she does. She does enjoy, telling people to come in the back door.
Donkey punch.
Look, the servants have brought these massive plates of food. Simply massive. Do enjoy. You take what you like. Fill yourself. 500 gold. Forget the door. Just bring that book back. I must have it.
Perfect. But first, can I? And he walks over to the balcony. Can I partake?
I'm not quite sure. Do you want to piss over the balcony?
Yeah.
Oh yes, be my guest. Oh yes, right here's a good spot. You get good aim. The wind rips through this little alleyway, and in fact, it'll bend your whiz stream towards the street, and occasionally you can get it to land on somebody with them not expecting a thing. Ah yes, I would join you, but I just relieved myself mere moments ago. All right,
So I take it out, and I just keep eye contact with the lady while I do it.
Roll me a charisma check.
Yeah.
All right. She's like, Harold, look at that tiny thing. I don't know who he aims to please with that little thing he's got there. His little wand, his little short sword. She heads back off inside. Harold looks at you. He's like, "Don't worry about her. She's been spoiled." And he's like, he whips out his by me, and he pulls his pants down, and he takes up a position beside you. He's like, "Look, you see those two fools across the street? That the one with the bow and the arrow, and that other fool down there that wearing those tattered robes. If you time it correctly, you can whiz down this alleyway. A gust of wind will pick up, and I say we place a wager. What say you?"
All right. What would you like to wager?
I will wager you 50 coin. I will give you 50 coin if you can time your whiz to hit the air pocket that blasts through this alley and land your urination on both Thazit, that guy there in the robes, and that other fellow.
I don't know about you, but I'm already in the bar, motherfucker.
What say you? Look at them standing down there talking to one another, waiting for the bar to open because it's currently closed while they clean up some of. Yes, have you heard about the waitress Imazelle in there? Somebody had slipped us some Italian food. Yes, literally shat all over the entire interior of the new. Yes, I'm not sure who, but it's quite a mess. I heard. Rumor has it that the place was painted brown with a scat.
Yeah, I'll put up 50.
All right, so throw me a D20. I'm going to give you your call on what skill you're going to use for your bonuses, and just tell me why.
With air drafts, I'm going to try to... God, I don't know. I'm going to try to suss out the wind draft and shoot it out.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm not. Okay. Okay.
Here goes. 13 or 14.
Okay, so that's a success because you only had to beat a 12. So, you're hanging out on the balcony. I'm going to let you describe what happens here.
All right, we're just going to hang out. Like, Brudner likes his breakfast, so he's going to hang out and talk to them. Oh, did I make the mark, though?
Yes, no, you're pissing over the balcony trying to get it. Yeah, so he's going to get he snaps his fingers. That's what I wanted you to explain. I wanted you to explain how you hit Thazit and Brudner, or Thazit and Darren with your own whiz.
Yeah. So I kind of have to squat down between the slats. And I kind of use it as a guide. Just lay it out on the rail, kind of angle it, and just get the English just right. Clinch up and go.
As you squat down between the rungs, Harold looks at you. He's like, "Yes, yes. Just, the price of having a short sword, I guess. Very well." And he starts laughing as your tinkle hits some sort of side part of the building. It mists up in the air and sprays out into the street, hitting Thazit and Darren. Now, Thazit and Darren, I'd like you both to roll me a notice perception check. This is taking such a horrible turn. Okay, Thazit's clueless. And Darren's clueless. So neither of them knows that they've been covered in a touch of your piss spray. You and you and Harold have a fucking solid chuckle. He pays you the 50 coins, and yeah. All right, so yes, you have made my morning quite exciting, my friend. Usually, I just sit around with a cup of tea, and me and the lady just look at the peasantry beneath us, which is pretty much everybody in this godforsaken town. But yes, you've brought new light to this day. I forgot to bring me that book, and I will forget about the little mishap with the door. I keep forgetting to say that I shouldn't say it because, I've already forgotten about it, yes. But yes, fetch me that book. It is quite important. Now, be gone. And he turns his attention to Lady Eliza. Some guards escort you through his beautiful mansion, filled with magnificent treasures. There's, it looks like Trump's tower. Everything's like disgustingly gold and ornate, and it looks like a fucking real asshole just lives inside this place. You get escorted out the front door, and then you can fill in Darren and Thazit on the goings on. Now, you don't have to tell them how much money you paid them because it was a private conversation, but you can tell them about the book that you need to find.
Right, so I'll tell them about the book. And so we need to find it. It's got the lineage.
Okay, so.
Whoa.
Yeah, this fucking giant shows up in town. As you guys are discussing what is happening in town, now ignore that this says bandit on it. It's just, this is how he looks like a bandit. And so that's just how I label him so that I know where he's at. So I'll take the name off and I'm going to set him right about here. Okay, so this lone figure from this alleyway, he's kind of skulking up against the side of the Walmsley's building. And he looks at you and he's trying to get your attention. You can just, as you guys are in the middle of the street talking, what the fuck is going on here? You hear this psst, psst, psst. It's like, hey! And then the three of you turn around and he gets your attention. In and amongst this alley, like there's a lot of people walking around town and stuff like that. This is, it's a fairly busy place. People are going down to Cockburn's. They're trying to buy their groceries for the day. You've got people working the streets, cleaning up the horse shit and stuff like that. So it's kind of busy and stuff like that. You see this guy, this elf steps out from behind this alley. He's calling out to you. He's like, "The welcomers send their regards and have information that you may find useful. Follow me." He says with a worried look, and then he just sort of disappears back into this alleyway. And disappears, where is he? Around the corner.
Who the fuck are the welcomers?
You ask each other. Now, you happen to know that the welcomers, in the bar, there's that shady guy in the corner. Right? He's part of this group called the Welcomers, and they're sort of like do-gooders and stuff like that, as far as you know. He's the guy that sent you to go get the dragon's egg at the beginning. He's one of the welcomers. So what do you guys do? Anybody? Bueller? Brudnir, you finished explaining your story. Is Thazit back? Everybody's muted.
Oh, I'm here.
Yeah. Corey
So you're
is.
saying we know what about these guys?
This elf guy just appeared,
Hmm.
and he basically said the welcomers send their regards and have information that you may find useful. Follow me, and then he turns and walks down the alley. What you know about the welcomers is the guy, the shady guy in the bar, is the guy that gave you the quest to go get the egg, gave you the sack of diamonds. You wanted the dragon's egg. So as far as you know, you've seen them pop up throughout the stories. Where they come in and they seem to be this group of do-gooders.
Sounds like we need to follow him.
Why not? Got nothing better to do. I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds.
Well, hang tight, Daryl. You guys walk around the corner, out the back here, and as you do so, you are greeted. Oops. By a bunch of clones of yourself. Just ignore, I don't know why it selected everybody. We're going to take a quick break because I'm going to go make some coffee and take a whiz. But as you walk down this alleyway and come around the corner, there is a couple of bandits here with swords and bows drawn on the lot of you as you come around the corner. So we'll take 5 right here, and then we'll come back and pick it up.
All right. Maybe I can stop talking in this craptastic Aussie accent.
Kick in voice meter. Voice metra. Voice metra.
Oh, you fucking around with that again?
Nope. I just made some coffee. I just turned it off so that it wasn't, your guys, whatever you're saying, wasn't being pumped out to the channel.
That's a good call.
All right. There, and there. Uh-oh. See? Somebody didn't mute their mic, and now we can hear him in the background yelling at somebody. Oh, I got to do a thing, too. Sip of my coffee. And then somebody's getting a hero coin for fucking pissing on his party members. Where's Charles? Yeah. All right,
After they pissed on me.
Your party members?
Yeah, they bounced.
Oh. Fantastic. The beautiful town of New Haven. I just gotta wait for...
Question?
Yes, sir.
How should I... Can I just divvy that gem?
Sorry, boys. I'm back.
Price? Between the three of us?
Which gem is that?
The King's Ransom or whatever? There's a bank here, right?
Sure, yeah. There's a bank in town that you could have cashed it in.
Okay.
So, what did you paid him $1,500, almost half the value of that gem for those two items, $1,250 and $250 right. For the tent. So you cash it in. Let's just say that you've cashed it in and you have 1,500 gold coins.
Okay.
Sorry, 1,500 coins. We're not using the gold, copper, platinum thing. It was just coins. And you've paid Lead Stopper, or sorry, Wonder Condoodle, and then you're splitting the rest up amongst these guys.
Yeah.
So 500 apiece. Oh no, wait, 500.
750.
Gotcha. You're just okay. So I'm gonna say 500 apiece because Wayne and Emma.
Okay.
Right. We'll just call it at that because I'm gonna steal your money anyways, so it doesn't matter. Right. That's how it is. We got everybody back. Daryl, are you back?
Did you give me a tent card?
There's two cards in that stack. You'll have to split them apart.
Fancy.
I have a gem 1D100.
Nice.
Let me check a look. Can I cash that in?
Not right now because you're about to get your ass kicked by these fucking guys, and then they're just gonna take your gem anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Right. I mean, that's the way I see it. So, Corey, you back, bud?
Sure am.
All right, gentlemen. As you turn the corner in the alley, it opens up into a cul-de-sac about 40 feet across. The elf stops in front of you and turns around with a wide grin on his face. Almost as if on cue, two other people step out from behind piles of rubbish and crates, cutting off an easy escape. The elfish-looking guy looks to you and he's like, "You've had your nose where it doesn't belong. It's time for us to bloody it." And his partners, let's go Control C. These guys pop out down here somewhere. You couldn't just stand up, could you? There we go. So there's two guys pop out from some crates in this back alley. These three guys are standing here. And so that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a surprise. So I'm going to roll my D20 because I'm starting this round. And we're just going to go around the table. Starting with Brudnir. Brudnir gets a 1. And then, so that's going to be a miss. That guy, he goes to draw this guy over here. He's the first to shoot. Now he tries shooting at Brudnir, and his arrow just sort of like skips off a rock. Just this weird twang. I don't know, something happened with the feathers or some shit like that. It zeroes off and hits this chicken, and you just hear this chicken in the background, and then it runs off down the alleyway with an arrow in it. The second one is going to be for Thazit, which is a 12. Plus 2, so 14. Does that hit your armor class?
Sure does.
All right. You are going to take Ooh, a solid 6 points of damage from an arrow.
Motherfuckers.
16, does that hit your armor class, Darren?
Yep.
You're going to take 5 points of damage. Brudnir, this is going to be a 17. So you take 5 more points of damage. And then back to Thazit. Oh, man, I'm getting some good rolls. Another 5.
Rings goes off.
Okay. If you got something to deflect it, you can keep track of your own
I
business.
get 1 point of damage. Yep.
Nice, okay. And so, yeah, all of these guys shoot at you. And then from this little case back here, so there's 5 guys standing up. And from this little case back here, you see a little halfling pop up out of this crate with a crossbow aimed in your general direction. The tip of this crossbow glows blue as it, just as the trigger is squeezed. Who am I at right now? I'm at Darren?
Mm-hmm.
15 is good. Oops.
It's a hit.
It's going to be the
I only have
red
11
one.
AC, dude. I have nothing special on me.
Okay. So you're going to take 3 points of magical damage as this bolt goes searing from the tip of this little crossbow in here. Zigs and zags and bam, right into your leg. 3 points of damage. And then he disappears. He pops the crate lid back down. And disappears into this little box. That puts me around to Brudnir. We'll start with Brudnir now.
So there's 2 in the kind of alley here, 3 here, and the halflings over here.
Yep, and you've been ambushed, my friends. And the halfling is in a crate. He's hidden in a crate, so he pops out, shoots, and pops back in.
Which one hit me?
Oh, your choice. Pick a guy.
Pull out my sword and kill him.
Okay. What did you call this guy? Portnoy Cumbatch? Bumble Twaddle Dick?
I don't see the guys.
12, 13.
Where is this?
In the alley behind the mansion.
Gotcha.
Okay, confirm.
And I set the
Ultimate
table.
damage.
Wow.
Oh, that sucks.
Okay. Sucks for you. It's fucking awesome for me. 4 of 10. Cool. All right. So describe that for me. Tell me a tale.
I pulled up and with expert precision, it comes across his chest, but I pull it short a little bit.
Okay. He looks at you, sees this gash in his chest, and he's like, "Where's your armor, mate?" Nice nips. Who's next? Thazit?
So
Yeah, I think Fazit's going to throw out Crystal Sanctuary. Because seeing how part of our party doesn't have any fucking armor.
Okay, let's do that.
I've
So
got a helmet.
In this game, standard armor is like 1.
no, it's 10.
No, I mean 10 is your base, right? And then
10.
your armor adds like 1 or 2 or 3.
Yep, depending on how good it is. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we'll throw it up anyways, seeing how we're ambushed.
Right.
So that was a 19, 23.
Nice work. Okay, let me flip this over. I'm going to put this right about here, lock it in place, and then I'll move it way up in the sky because this is the template we've been using for your deal. And I think if I move it up, where's Stairmaster? There we go. So I'm just going to... Okay, so your Crystal Sanctuary appears while I'm moving this into position. I say something like that. Look about right. You're very close to it. I'm just going to move you instead of moving it because you're easier. You're standing right there on the black dot. You're centered around that. So Crystal Sanctuary pops up. Describe what the spell does and how it goes off and what it looks like.
Well, it's so it throws up like a blue illuminated crystal shield, like a dome around, and any one of my allies who are within near distance, everybody gains a +3 to their armor.
Nice. The guys on the outside, Bumble Twaddle Dick over here, he looks over at Lefty the Pederast, and he's like, "These fools think this little shield's going to save them from the wrath and destruction of the Pederat boys, of the pedos, the baddest gang in New Haven. That's right, right."
All the kids are afraid of him.
Right, Lefty? And Lefty's like, "You betcha, Bumble." Darren.
All right, well.
You're about to be assaulted by the pedo gang.
Well, they're about to be assaulted by me.
Mm-hmm.
I let fly. I don't know who's going to get first here. Let me see. The Pederast.
Okay.
Time for a nice roll for once.
Lefty's gonna take it.
5. That's a 13. I'm good.
Okay.
It's a total of 7. Fire again.
Excuse me.
Well, that's a 15. Is he still up?
Yep.
Oh, he gets it again. That's a 6.
Okay. So Lefty goes down.
And I move on to the next fucking target.
Lefty drops to the ground. You shoot him so hard he flies into this back alley over here. I don't know why the fuck he went so far, but yeah, Lefty, you shot Lefty so hard that he went flying back. He actually stumbles backwards. Did you guys see that thing in the MeWe thread with that dude that throws the ball and then he like fucking stumbles forward like across the entire gym before smashing his face into the fucking wall? That's what Lefty did. He just basically backpedaled into the alley and then fell over dead. Okay, so we're on to Bumble Twaddle Dick. You attacked him and
10 points of damage.
10 points of damage? Wow.
Yep.
With a single arrow shot, you managed to take out Bumble. He jumps, pops up in the air a little bit. Oh! Hits the ground. And then you could just hear the blood gurgling as he's just sort of laying there trying to wheeze a little bit. And he dies.
Next up, Cumbatch. Oh, look at that. That would be amazing, but I'm going to use my ultimate.
All right, it's time for a hero coin.
Yep, that's 9 plus 4, 13, 17. Oh, actually, 18. There we go. That's a 6 points. Fire one more time.
Where did your hero coin end up there, Darren?
I just threw it on the...
Oh, I see it. It's on the temple.
19.
Temple of the Gods. All right.
So that's another 7 to that guy.
Okay. I think he drops as well.
And I am going to take it in the ass. These fucking names. Oh, a fucking 1. Someone's getting it.
Roll for damage on Thaz, and he's right there.
Oh, fuck.
Right in the line of fire.
Fuck
9
around.
points.
9
Really?
points
Yeah.
of damage to Thazit.
You dropped him.
Thazit.
Oh, fuck.
Thazit fucking Stairmaster goes down. Boosh.
Oh, shit. Well, I guess I'm done.
Thazit, roll your death timer, please. D6.
One round.
Fuck.
He's has a really
I'm
inappropriate,
right there.
close relationship with his mother. Takes in the ass, and he's like, "Did you see that? He fucking killed his own mate. What kind of a mate's that?" He's like, "Right, let's go get him." So these guys are gonna step forward. So you kind of pop around the corner. These guys make their way around the corner so that they have you full on in sight. They're going to take 2 shots at you.
Wait, did you skip Charles?
No,
I
you're
thought Charles
last.
acted before them.
No.
I don't know.
No, it's GM's turn.
Yeah, it's my turn.
Right, sorry.
Fucking simmer down, buddy. So you're going to take these two guys. Basically, they come flying around the corner. Oh, yeah. 14 and a 17. You're going to take 5 more points of damage from those two guys. And then my halfling pops up out of the little crate, eyeballs you, and shoots you with a glowing blue tip of the crossbow.
Hits me.
Oh, ignore that damage. That's not it. It's magic damage from the crossbow. Oh, for fucking 7 more points of damage.
I'm out.
Well,
I'm at 0.
Okay.
I don't know if that's...
So that puts you down on the ground. You need to roll me a d6 as well.
5.
Okay, so you got 5 rounds. These guys turn. And they look at you. The halfling, you can hear chuckling from in the box as the lid pops back down. All weapons are pointed at Brudnir.
Makes me upset about that grenade.
Takes in the ass, looks at, has a really inappropriate close relationship with his mother, and he's like, right, mate, it looks like you're going to make that date with your mum after all, right? And he looks at the other guy, he's like, sure am. He's maybe you want to come down and get my mum to peg you. He's like, I love a good pegging. The halfling that's in the box is like, you two are fucked up. I don't know what's wrong with you, but if you don't kill this fucking guy, I'm going to shoot you with this fucking crossbow, you weirdos. And my timer will go off on this round, so we got to start with Brudnir. Now remember, Thazit has 1 round. This is your only chance to save him.
Yep, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Does he have a hero coin left?
There we go.
That's it, or?
Yeah, I got 1 or 2.
Can that be added to get a 20?
Nope.
No.
Oh, fuck.
Right. So
Sometimes people die, bud. Sometimes people die.
Don't die on me. Come on.
Holy shit.
Cordy, heal him and you stab him. Oh.
Oh, sorry, Thazit. I don't know what happened, but I'm going to let Charles describe the way in which he comes and kills you by trying to help you.
Fuck me.
I go over there and I reach in to pull out the arrow, but I forget I have the glove on.
Oh, that's
And it
awesome.
Pounds a hole through his chest.
That is fucking awesome, dude. I'm going to give you a hero coin for that. That is fucking fabulous.
Can we bring him back again?
Where's Charles? Down here? Kaboosh. There you go, buddy. All right, so fucking Thazit's chest just fucking explodes open. His eyes pop too as he looks directly into yours, and you can see his soul fade away from his body. He has that last moment of, holy shit, this is the end of my existence, and you can see that look in his eyes.
End of his existence again.
Again. Okay, so that's your turn.
That's a good one.
That puts it around to my turn.
No, wait,
right.
Darren.
Oh, yep, sorry, Darren.
Yeah, right.
Now,
What are the
Thazit,
odds of me rolling money?
you still have a bit of movement left if you want to...
Thazit does?
no,
What do
Brudnir
I need
does.
to stabilize?
Natural 20.
Oh, and that's the only one, so it keeps going down?
Yep. So you got 4 rounds left. Brudnir, you got about half a movement left if you want to fucking deke around the corner here and save yourself a shot from the fucking halfling in the box.
Can I deke around closer to Darren?
I'm going to
Cover
say
over here?
you were about here, so you've used half your movement to get to Thazit, so you could probably move closer to Darren, but there's no cover there. Deking into the alley would be your only option.
I will deke into the alley.
Okay, so we're just going to put your character...
Where would a full movement? Because I have the winged boots.
Oh, shit. Well, wherever you want. If you wanted to fucking, like, book it down here somewhere. You can move. You can move twice, right?
Well, I can't climb the roof with those, I don't think. Yeah, I'll deke around the chimney.
Okay. Let's move you up and
Up the
over.
chimney.
Get into the street, mister. Here we go. I'm going to set you right about, not there somewhere. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to remove the blast template because Thazit's crystal shield dissipates. Darren's laying in the middle of the street with an arrow in his chest, bleeding out. Thazit's he's done. He's spent. Charles Brudnier runs around through the alley with his winged boots because you have those boots that make you go super fast. And let's see. That leaves me with these two guys. My turn. So the Gimp is going to remain in the box. These two guys can make it, I want to say, somewhere right about there. Is right about where they get to. You're sneaking and hiding behind this corner. I'm going to put you closer to this building. And say that these guys can't get you for whatever reason. All right, fuck it, whatever. You're getting stuck on one of the buildings. Maybe I can throw you in there. There, I tossed you into the street. So you're being chased by two thugs that are in this alleyway, but they don't quite make it, and you're not sure where the Gimp is. As you head out into the middle of the street at your like sort of hyper speed. All of the people in the street realize that something's up, and they sort of all walk back towards the other side of the street, like people are crossing the street and shit like that, and you're sort of tucked up against the building by yourself. These guys are giving chase, and this round, let's see.
If they just double move, they could probably catch up.
To be fair, this is true. I'm going to say that I am going to double move them because they're really trying to get out here and want to make sure that they make quick work of you. So their double movement, I know you tried to just fucking rope-a-dope me into some tactical things, but what you're saying does make sense. So they just literally book it. That's what they're doing. They're like fucking running around the corners like, I got to make that appointment with me mum. And he's like, ooh, yeah, the pagans. Let's get them. So they're coming around the corner. They're out of movement. You're not sure where the halfling is. You just see these two guys appear. And I would like you to... somehow my banana got somewhere. I would like you to let's see. Roll me this might be a treat. So just give me a D20. If you beat the target number, one of the town's guards happens to be here.
Yeah.
Fucking guy does it too. Okay, so what happens is as you round the corner, we'll give you a little bit of a treat. You round the corner, and this guard happens to be talking to Mayor Chumpcheck. He notices, a bit of a fret in your face, and he looks over at you, and he's like, "Oi!" He sees all the people walking across the street, and these two guys pop out around the corner. He's like, "Holy shit! Trouble, Mayor!" He's like, "You better get inside." So Mayor Chumpcheck runs into his house, and the guard starts blowing his whistle to alert the other guards. They'll be here in... This is me as a DM. They'll be here in one round.
Nice.
This is me as a game master trying to preserve the rest of my game so we don't have to make new characters for the fucking TPK. So rather than give you a threat, I'm giving you a treat. You come around the corner and there's a guard there. City guards walking. They're talking to the mayor. blows his whistle, realizes that shit's up, and he's going to come to the fucking rescue. So next round, he will enter the fray. These two guys come around the corner, and we're going to put the ball in your court, and you're good to go.
Okay. Can I shoot through this alley with my winged boots? My goal is to go snag Darren.
Yeah, sure can. So you wanted, because you could do like a triple move, right? Your wing boots give you a free move, but you could also go move and move. So let's see how far away you are. With your winged boots, you could probably scoot around the corner and get right to Darren.
Okay.
All right, so put yourself there, and then that's going to be just your pace, correct?
Crap. So I can move to an action, then move again.
Yes.
But if it's a double move to get there, then that's just what I'll do.
No. So essentially how it works is you can move, right? Your move with your winged boots, you can actually sort of move 2 spaces, right? Because you sort of move twice as fast if you want, which means that it doesn't take up your action. It's just essentially your move. So you double move to Darren and still can action because of your winged boots.
Okay. Well, then I'm just going to stabilize.
Don't make it worse.
Don't say that right before I roll.
How awesome would it be if you double killed both of them after you pissed
at?
on in the same game? Oh, I gotta re-roll my timer.
No, I mean, Daryl, what's your timer at?
4.
6. I'll spend a hero coin to add to that. What the hell?
Okay.
It's 50. Stabilized.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. Okay, so Darren's fine. He's no longer on the death timer, but he is still out and about in the back alley there. The gimp that was in the box, as you come around this back alley, the gimp is in the process of climbing out of this box. Sees you fucking around with Darren, and is going to shoot at you with the magic crossbow. 19.
Miss.
For 1 point of damage. Just as you bend over to reach down and help Darren, you cradling his head, you're like, "Don't die on me, man." An arrow goes skimming across your face and leaves this nice gash right across your cheek. You look down the alleyway. What's that? Oh, you fucker.
My ring goes off.
Does it?
Yeah. I block it with my erect nipple.
Wow. All right, so retconning that, the shield comes up and deflects the arrow down the alleyway. These two guys up here are going to fucking take on the guard, realizing that he is going to inhibit them. So 9 and 11 on the table. That is going to hit the guard. 1 will hit the guard. So the guard takes a whopping 2 points of damage. So let's write that down. 2 of 10. 2 of 10 on the guard. I'm going to leave this guy here to deal with the guard. And this guy makes it to the alleyway. There. Now, can I see you through the alleyway? Fuck no, I can't. God damn you guys. Stupid thing. Stand up! It's like one of them trips the other one. Okay, so he looks through the alleyway. Let's see. I attacked the guard both times, and one guy is looking down the alleyway. And I think that's going to be it for my turn. So I just need to reduce my timer, and it's all you. Okay.
So the gimp is out?
Yes, the Gimp is standing out by that whatchamacallit there and saw you. The guard, go ahead and take your turn.
How far away is he? Could I get to him from here?
Well, you have your winged boots, so yeah.
Well, I can't do an attack action if I use those. It's a non-attack.
Okay. I think a little too far then. Right? There's your 1 Beninner, 2 Beninner, so they're far right now. Eyeballing you with the crossbow.
I'm picking up Darren's bow and shooting him.
Okay, fucking fantastic. So Darren's bow is the magic bow. You know how it works. Yeah. You roll over 13.
Fucking hero coin.
You have no dex bonus?
Not enough.
All right, I'll steal your other coin. You successfully make the shot, sinking an arrow into the Gimp.
Is it magic damage?
It's D8 magic damage.
Plus any magical.
I got none.
8 points of damage.
Again. Blast a little fucker.
Oh shit.
Whoo!
Okay, so your arrow goes flying wide. You miss.
Yeah. That's still good though.
That's fucking awesome. All right, so the sounds of battle are raging through the alleyway. Takes it in the ass is going to fucking shoot or attack the guard. Let's see what happens here. Oh, so he's just like fucking swinging freely. But this guy, he's going to make his way through the alley and chase you down. So he pops out the other side and he's going to shoot at you from behind. And comes through. Oh!
Oof.
I keep clicking on Kirsten. 2.
That's okay.
7.
They should the bar get shot.
7 points of damage from has a really close relationship with his inappropriate relationship with his mother from behind. Roll your.
Ring will go off again.
Yep.
4-3.
Okay, and now the look on the Gimp's face when he sees you pick up the bow. He's got this look of like pure just joy and utter lust, like desire, I guess would be the word that I would be using. He takes his crossbow bolt. The blue tip of the crossbow flares as it streaks towards you and hits you for 5 points of damage.
Ouch.
Okay, and then that's my turn. So we're on round 1 now. So next round, the threats, treats, and timers dice will go off. So that puts it back to you. Fuck, you're in a real pickle here, Brudnir.
I will step forward. Oh, is this a guy up here?
Yep.
I'll cut around here to the alley so he doesn't have line of sight.
Okay.
And then shoot the Gimp.
Okay.
There it is. Oh my god.
Bow's cursed, man. Bow's cursed.
I'll spend a hero coin because it's going to be 50-50.
You can do it.
No, I can't.
Nope.
Oh, well.
Okay. So, you run around the corner, mistiming your shot, sink an arrow into the corner of the Walmsley's mansion, and then sort of disappear into the alleyway with the last little remaining bit of your deal. This guy is going to move out here. He's going to get line of sight on you, and I'm going to say that she's going to move out over here. So both of them will still have line of sight on you. Now, in the front of the building, before we get there, The guards have come to the rescue of the guy out in the front. You see these 3 guards just sort of like chuck, chuck, chuck. You can hear their armor clanking as they sort of walk in unison down the street. And then you can hear the sounds of this bandit in the front takes it in the ass, just getting a fucking solid beating. These guards roll in and just mow this guy down. They just basically fucking tune him in. This guard, he's wounded and bleeding. So he's laying on the ground, but these 3 guys, you can hear from the alleyway as they go by, and the fighting and the battles and stuff. They're like, "There's the other one, get him!" And they see this other guy, so these 3 guys are gonna chase this other dude. This guy here, they're coming after him, and then he goes from seeing the fight. He steps forward, he sees you, and they're both gonna shoot. Fuck, this could be it. It's not a good day for your compadres. Oh, he misses. And then last but not least, we've got the Gimp. The Gimp shoots for 7-9, and that's going to be a miss too. Oh, wow. Okay, that puts the threat, streets, and timer is at a 1. I don't know what I want to do. Just go ahead and take your turn while I figure a thing out.
I'm going to kill him now. Start with the Gimp.
Ooh, okay.
That's a 12. For 5.
Okay, so that puts the Gimp at 13 of 20.
I think it said it's a 13 to repeat, right?
Yes. What did you roll? You just rolled a 12?
12.
Okay. Out of the back door, this is your second treat of the game. 2 of the Walmsley's guards walk out the back door, and they're looking around, and they look at you, and they look at the Gimp, and they're just, this round, they just sit there, and they're like, "What's going on?" They're actually call out to you because they see you. They're like, "You! Weren't you just in the house here, in the basement, coming through the servants' entrance? What's going on out here? What's all? Look at the blood spatter you've got on the Walmsley's house. What the hell's happening?" They start questioning
The
you.
bandits here. They're trying to attack the house.
What? And so they roll persuasion because the Gimp says the same thing. You see the Gimp. She's like, "We're not trying to attack anybody. I was hiding in that crate. Oh, I was hiding in that crate over there when this guy tried to break in the back door, and me and my bandit buddies here thought we'd stop him." Let's see if I can outroll you and who they believe. This will be a challenge. Oh, fucking, they're like, they believe you, fortunately. So these 2 guards pop out the back. Next round, they draw their weapons after a little bit of conversation, and next round they'll be your allies. That puts me to these. Nope, I just want these guys. Pop through the back alley here. Plunk, plunk, plunk. Put them all together so they're sort of in a pile. These 3 guards come flying out the back alleyway. This really inappropriate relationship with this mother guy is going to take a turn. He's going to try and shoot you one last time.
Man.
Oh, what the fuck?
There it is.
Oh.
At least had a
God
nice
damn.
breakfast.
Oh, look at that. It rolled over to a mere 3 points of damage.
Wait, no, I'm going to waste on that then. Oh, whatever. 1.
Okay, so you just mark your damage down. So as he shoots you with his arrow, these 3 guards pop through here, and you just see this guy get fucking riddled with arrows from these guards. They're whistling and calling him out. Let's see what happens with my 3 guards. 12, 16, and 14. 3 arrows just sink into this guy's arm, chest, leg. He gurgles a little bit and then drops to the ground. We'll drop him on the ground. And then these guards back here, no, they're not coming in until next round. So those guards pop through the alleyway. They take out, he has a really inappropriate close relationship with his mother. Sip of my coffee. I'm going to roll my threats, treats, and timers dice. That was 2 treats. I was being nice there because we're down to 1 fucking player because everybody else bailed today. Fucking Emma and little Wayne.
Don't forget Matt.
And Matt. Well, Matt's got an excuse. He's been working nights and shit like that too, so his schedule got screwed up with the COVIDs. Okay, so that puts it around to your turn, Brudnir.
Oh, I got to shoot her. Fuck yeah. She's going to die. Horribly. Yeah, she is.
Wow.
Who is she?
The halfling.
Oh, it's a female. I didn't know that.
You can tell by her nibs. Hits again. For 7 total between the 2.
Okay, so that is enough.
Okay. I got 1 more shot.
Okay, shoot away.
My dex.
I mean, we could do this all day. Just keep fucking twanging away.
Done.
All right, bring out the Gimp is riddled with arrows. You have managed to blast the Gimp numerous times. She drops to the ground. The guards come over, sort of gather up. They're about to sort of attack her with the swords when she falls down. They turn and look. This one guy looks to you and he kind of points and he's like, "What happened out here, man? What?" And they see Darren on the ground, and this guy's going to go over and try and give him some aid.
I bet.
These 2 your mates, or are they these scum that tried to attack the house?
No. These are my mates.
This one here looks a bit fucked up. I'd say, not looking good. Why does he have a giant hole in his chest? What hit this guy?
They had a grenade of some sort, a particle grenade, I think.
Oh, I heard about them down from Zovos, down in the bottom of the southern continent there. That's some crazy high-tech, sciencey stuff you don't want to be messing around with. And, this is the reason why you get your chest blown open. Well, he's a goner, and he kicks fucking Thazit, and Thazit rolls over. It just gurgles blood and shit. That poor bastard. Lay down. Okay. So we're back out of combat. The guards that come around the corner are going to interview you, kind of a thing, find out what's going on. You lay down the story that you were jumped. You're looking for these books. These guys came out, did a thing.
Right.
The guards take you.
They were trying to break into the house to gain favor with the woman.
Okay. So these guards grab onto you, and they grab Darren, who's the only remaining survivor, and they take you off to Knight Alid Burl. And Knight Alid, basically, she asks you what the deal is. And she vouches for you, takes Darren into custody, gets him some help so that he gets healed up. And eventually, after you just describe, what happens, you guys were ambushed in this alleyway. She knows that you're working for her. She knows your character and stuff like that. So eventually, you guys are free to carry on and deal with Thazit. Now, the rest of them just
Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Quick question. I thought we all had a favor with the Kellambrites.
You do.
Can we pool our 3 favors to possibly get him brought back?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was all part of the deal.
Oh, okay.
So let's move you guys over here. I need to clear the town of New Haven.
Well, Corey, do you want to keep playing as Thazit?
Yeah, leave it up to him.
Oh, yeah. Let's see how many times we can bring him back from the dead.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've cleared the map off. I don't want to make sure.
And it's funny because every time that he comes back from the dead, he loses a stat of some sort. So he's going to be right down to nothing by the time you guys are done with him. It's going to be
I'm gonna
by the time you guys
buy
are done.
a bright orange vest, so I know not to shoot him.
All right, gentlemen, here you go. You drag Thazit down to meet Doomguard Yavir Glandon. Brother Cleef sees you there, and Cassit welcome you. As soon as they see you coming, they rush out to greet you and see that Thazit has been, severely damaged.
Expired.
Yes. F8. Oh, I think I got to...
A big seat.
So, you guys... you can see if you hover over Doomguide Yovir Glandon, raised dead is 1,250 coins.
Oh, fuck.
Do you have enough money?
750.
Does the 3 favors drop that? Or can we negotiate that or something? Anything?
So he'll drop the price down to 1,000, but the price of it he'll do it for 1,000 because 1,000 is the price of the reagents.
Okay.
Wholesale.
Right? Yeah, he's giving it to you. He's giving it to you at cost.
Bosco.
So, what is your plan? You're gonna resurrect Thazit. That's the deal.
Yeah, I guess so. We gotta have to do this. We have the money.
Well, I gave each of you 750 coins, so we'll
So I
take the
split it.
750 off his corpse.
5 ways. I don't think those are-
I think Thazit pays the 750.
Right.
Yeah, right in his pockets, plus whatever else Thazit's got, to be honest with you.
Where's Thazit's character? What has Thazit got? So how much coin do you have? 93 plus 750
plus the 750.
750 plus 93 is a combined total of 843, which leaves you a difference of about 150 coin. One of you guys can make that up or split the difference. So each of you take 75 off. For actually, you know what? I think Darren, because you shot him, I think you're the one that should suffer the consequences of your actions, Mister.
I'll pay 150. There you go.
Okay. So Doomguide Yovir takes your cash, takes your coin. Brother Cleef and Cassit drag Thazit back into the house inside the monastery, and they're like, "We need a day to mend his wounds, to cast the healing spells upon his flesh, and then to summon his soul back from the plains." So he,
Is it just him alone with some acolytes, or Cassit, or how is it going?
All 3 of you?
I don't understand the question. What's that?
Well, how many people are involved in this process?
Oh, all 3 of them.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Yovir's the head guy. He can summon the whatchamacallit back, but Cassit being an acolyte, she just has a few minor spells. She'll mostly help Cleef basically like mend the wounds and clean shit up and stitch and cast a few healing spells and stuff like that, trying to repair his body before they're ready to bring his soul and put it back inside of him is essentially what happens. So the 3 of them will take Thazit inside the house. Now, you've been resurrected once already with the raised dead. How did we go about determining what happened to you?
Whatever con bonus I had for being a dwarf was eliminated. So he had plus 2 con. So now he's down to 0 con. So I don't know how we want to go any further with it.
Okay, so you're at 0 con. This is the first. I'm still confused. You had plus 2 to your con?
Yeah, because he's a dwarf, so he gets plus 2 con.
Yeah.
So when we brought him back, we eliminated that con bonus.
I see. Okay. So let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stats. Roll me a d6. Actually, I'm going to give you one of your con back, so you're at 1 instead of taking them both. We'll just do 1 point at a time. Roll me. Strength is 1, 2 is Dex, 3 is Constitution. So 4, 5. So that puts your Wisdom, which is 0, at -1.
Less than wise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Less than wise. You have lost some of your wiseness, but that's okay because you're an intelligence guy anyway, right? Okay. So we're going to call it there because it's 9:56. We'll start this adventure in 2 weeks again. We'll come back with the resurrection of Thazit the next day in the town. And
Want
yeah,
to get my bill back. You did pretty good with it, though.
Fuck, I'm gonna have to build up my armor here.
all right, so we're going to clear this map. Clear. And all right, gentlemen. Yeah, that turned out to be a bit of a fucking ass whooping in the end there, thanks to your buddy Darren again.
Fucking Darren.
Oh, here's your.
What's
bullseye.
funny too is my next action would have been a hammer fall and then drop it on that crate.
Of course. Fucking Darren had to interrupt that.
No, that was fantastic.
No, that's great.
All right, adventures game options overwrite. Everything looks good.
I should get a fucking hero coin every time I drop a player. Make
I
Gary happy.
I should take one away every time you fucking drop a
Are you
player. Is what
kidding?
I should
You
do.
fucking enjoy it so much, you're giggling your ass off.
Oh,
You eat this shit up.
it's the best because it's like at the most inopportune times you roll fucking so horribly. It's
It's
insane.
fantastic.
I am the worst.
Okay, so when we pick up this adventure in 2 weeks, when we start when we do our deal, Thazit's going to be sort of down for a day. So you guys are, I guess, just going to be milling around the town until fucking, for a day. But there's still some stuff to do in town, and we'll pick it up from that point. Actually, we're going to pick it up right from where you guys left off. You dropped Thazit off at the city graveyard, and now you need to wait 24 hours in order for you guys to do some stuff. But that's okay because you know what? Thazit, next time, depending on the time and how things go, I'll just let you play somebody else's character until you're ready to come back into the game.
Yeah, maybe I'll come up. I'll come up with a backup just in case.
Yeah, right. Even if you wanted to do that, you can bring in another character or something like that. That's perfectly fine for the 24-hour time period in which you're basically going to be off the table.
Yep.
Cool. All right, everybody.
Actually, I'll. You know what? I'll tell you what. How about I bring in one of the red plumes? We'll set him up like one of the red plumes.
Sure. Okay.
So I'll do some generation this week, and I'll send it to you for thumbs up, thumbs down.
Excellent. All right, Darren, what do you got going on?
Just remind me, aside from trying to get a shield up, he'll be, I guess, going to the temple or whatever of Kellenvor, trying to get some, I guess, some sort of kind of ignorant religious instruction.
Okay.
He casts a healing spell, and he'd like to know more about the gods. And the only person he really knows is Kassit. So he's gonna, say, I guess take her out, pay her for her time.
Are you going to start
try
hitting
to-
on Kassit?
No, I don't think so.
And take her out for some Italian?
Yeah. She's my turn.
Oh no. Yeah, so learn a bit about the gods.
Okay. With the idea that you'll be able to eventually, like on one of your, did you guys get an advance for the last one? I think maybe what I'll do is, yeah, never mind. I'm not advancing you guys. You guys can suck it. You already bought a bunch of armor
Yeah.
and weird shit like that.
Some of us.
Well, I
Some of
don't
us are
have
still
it
living.
yet.
You don't have what? Oh, yeah. This is true. So yeah, you'll still have to pick your fucking armor up and shit like that.
Still have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fantastic, gentlemen. Thanks
Alrighty.
for coming out, and I will see you online, and then we'll pick this up in a couple of weeks on Sunday.
All right.
Sounds like a plan.
Cool.
All right, guys.
All right, see you later, guys.
Gators. Good
All right,
fun.
thanks. Talk to you.